What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to TDPHINSTALK, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. Yes, once again, we are live here on Tuesday night. All right, y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. You already know what time it is. I hope everybody's doing good. I hope everybody's great. I hope everybody's got over the hangover of the loss. I finally have. I really went on Twitter today and tried to get it all out of my system. And going back and forth with a whole bunch of people, but just had to clear it out of my system so I can move on to next week, man. And in the last few hours, I sat back and I was just thinking to myself, Miami Dolphins, where do we go now? Where do we go now? And I'm thinking, of every scenario, what we should do. Just everything. Everything's going through my mind. And everything led back to the quarterback. And I started to sit back and say, man, what does it take to be a good quarterback? And I started naming the things off in my head. And the reality that I came up with, and I'm glad I had this thought process because it kind of like calmed me down. I just got in my head as I'm going through what it takes to be a great quarterback in the NFL. It basically made me reflect and realize that it is just not easy playing quarterback in the NFL. There's so many responsibilities on one man. And I'm not sitting here making this to try to give anybody, a pass or anything like that. But at the end of the day, just really thinking about there are so many responsibilities on one man on the field. And it's just not easy. It's not easy being a quarterback. And it shakes me because some guys come in better than others. Some of them aren't even better than others. They just look better than others because certain situations. It's just so much that goes into the position. And I decided, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pull up some all 22 film. And I want to pull up one of the first plays. And really it's not about Tua. It's just I want to pull it up because one play can show you how much responsibility one man has. One play can show you how much responsibility that one player has. And that being the quarterback. It's tough, man. And again, I ain't giving nobody any pass, but when you put things into perspective, it's just not easy playing a position. Ponyboy Curtis said, TD, I don't think our fans realize we're the only team in the NFL where our starting QB isn't a captain of the team. Well, there's two teams like that, but you still make a good point. That's a huge indicator that Tua ain't the guy. Our team don't even trust him to lead. I'm gonna push back on it just a little. I feel like it is an indicator. It's not good that he's not, but I myself said I'm not gonna put too much merit into it because again, they all put their name in a hat and whether or not they wanted to be the leader. And the truth is, we still don't have a confirmation whether or not he put his name in a hat or not. So I'm not gonna go that far and talk about something that I definitely don't know. I know that it's not a good thing that he's not, but there is a chance that he really didn't put his hat in. I would, and it would be tough. It would be tough for me to believe that he didn't, but I wasn't there. I don't know. Nobody's officially said he didn't. Um, so it is what it is. All right. Um, let's go ahead and get started. Dive right into it. Um, let me see here. I'm trying to pull this up. Y'all give me a second. So I'm gonna try to pull the film up. All right. I gotta see which one has what I need. Y'all bear with me one moment. All right. I got it up. Now let me try to share screen. All right. Bear with me one moment, guys. All right, here we go. This is the play I want. All right. Should have edited this. All right, here we go. All right, share. All right. Let me know in the comment section if you can hear me, guys. Let me know if you can hear me in the comment section. Y'all, let me know if you can hear me in the comment section. Yeah. Okay, cool. So I want to break down this one play. Okay. I want to break down this one play because I want to talk about all the responsibilities that a quarterback has in a lot of situations. Okay. First, I'm gonna narrate the play and tell y'all what basically is happening in the play, and then we're gonna break it down bit by bit. Okay, we're gonna break it down bit by bit. Oh yeah, I forgot we did learn that you can move this, so that's lit. All right, so first off, what we're seeing right here from the Buffalo Bills, okay, they're basically looking like they're sending a blitz. Okay, they are showing a blitz. All right. There are several guys. Which play is this? This is the second sack. There was a run play between this where Gaskins ran and was successful, I believe. I don't remember, but this is the second sack. I think the first sack everybody already knows what happened on that play and we got to make sure that we call our protections better. You went dark, TD. Oh, I'm here. I just want y'all to get a full screen. Do you want me on the screen? Yes or no? Or do you want the full screen of the film? Let me know right now because I'll do whatever y'all want. All right. Do you want me on the screen or do you want the full screen of the film? Let me know real quick before we get started. I want to get y'all to look that y'all prefer. All right. Put me or full. I know y'all don't want to see my ugly mug, so all right, doesn't matter. You can be on screen full. Doesn't matter. TD on screen. Two in there forever. You full. I'm getting a lot of fools. I'll go back and forth. All right. I'll go back and forth. When I'm doing more narrating, I'll come back on. But when I want you to see something, I'll give full screen. Okay. So what they're basically doing here, they are showing as if they're gonna have an all-out blitz. Okay. And let me speed it up because I need to stop it right here. They literally have 7 men showing blitz. Okay. 7 guys look like they're showing blitz. But on the offensive line, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a running back, which is 6. So automatically on this play, you don't know where the pressure coming from. You don't know if they're faking it. You don't know if they're serious. You have no clue what it is that's happening. But all you know is there are 7 guys that look like they can blitz, and I only have, as a quarterback, I only have 5 plus a running back, 6 blockers. There's automatically a disadvantage here. Now, it doesn't matter if they actually drop back in coverage or not at first. All we know is we see 7 threats on the defensive line, and I got 6 guys that's eligible to block them. But this is where it's hard being a quarterback, because right now, Tua can be saying, I'm at a disadvantage. I know my play already. I already know that I'm trying to throw this quick slant to Devontae Parker. It is tight coverage. I always like this play when we have some cushion, because it seems to always work with some cushion. And I'm going to walk y'all all the way through the field so y'all can understand what a quarterback is looking at. But I want y'all, while we're doing that, you're going to hear me talk about so many things that a quarterback is analyzing. But the problem with it all, I want y'all to rememberize how much stuff I'm telling you the QB got to analyze. And the clock is ticking. That's why it's hard. It's not easy. Y'all are going to be shocked how many things I'm about to tell y'all a quarterback is analyzing on a play. So off rip, he's getting a pre-snap. Oh my gosh, 7 guys that I need to worry about here coming in. Now, his first thing is, I know I need to get rid of the ball quick, and my first read is trying to get it to Parker on the slant, but I don't have cushion, so I'm already at that disadvantage that I don't like, but I can still get it in there. But I also have to worry about this cornerback over here on the end stepping back and picking it off in the lane. I need to worry about this safety right here stepping up, trying to do anything, but he looks pretty safe. He's pretty far back, so I'm not as worried about him. So I'm still going to go to Parker here. That's my left to right. I'm still going to try to go to Parker here, okay? If this guy doesn't step back in coverage. But I still have a problem because 7 guys could actually be coming, but I only have 6 blockers. But if I only have 6 blockers and there are 7 guys that could be coming, and a safety is way back here with nobody to cover, he's on help side with Parker, then something isn't right here. That means I should have a wide open man. So let me evaluate the defense. I got one-on-one outside with Grant. That's accounted for. I got the slot with Waddle, one-on-one. That's accounted for. Got some good cushion if I want to do something here or call a quick out or whatever I want to do. But I got Gesicki. So hold on. If all of these guys come, I'm going to have a wide open Gesicki. And I know they're not going to bail like that. So this guy right here at the bottom of the screen has to be faking. He has to be lying. He's not coming in. There's no way that he's coming in, but there's 2 guys that are down in the dirt in here. They're not standing up. They're down in the dirt, so they're not backing into coverage. This guy is a liar. Here's my liar. So I don't have 7 guys blitzing. I really only have 6. And I can handle 6 because I have 6 blockers. Here's my tail on this play. This guy, this linebacker right here, acting like he's gonna blitz, but he has to be backing out on Gesicki. And you know what, ladies and gentlemen? Just in case I'm wrong and he is coming, then Parker is no longer my first read. It now should be Gesicki. The first thing I should look at if I snap this ball should be this man, because if he comes, I have a wide open Gesicki, or I have Gaskins if this guy is helping inside to Gesicki. So what should I do to make sure my offensive line is 6 on 6? Because I don't care if this man comes and blitzes me, because I'm going to do exactly what Mac Jones did last week. When we were sending blitzes to him, I'm going to find the hot guy, which is Gesicki, who is uncovered. I am going to find the open guy over here if he's coming, because they don't have enough defenders to guard this over here. But I still need to make sure that I give protection on the other side, because I'm about to call out 2 blitzers over here. I'm about to say, look out for the linebacker and look out for the cornerback, because they're both hot. They're both hot. And I need to tell my O-line this. First, I need to tell my running back who to pick up. And then I need to tell my O-line how I need my protection. Now, my bad. Let me play it. Let's just see what happens here. Matter of fact, I'll do you one better. I need to give y'all the back view real quick to finish narrating what I'm saying, because I want to show you something. Stop right here. Oh, let's stop right here. All right. So let me give you the back view of all of that real quick. All right, now let me figure out my protection, because Gesicki right here is going to go out on his route, and I'm going to see if number 50 over here is lying or telling the truth. If he comes, I have Gesicki wide open. If he stays out, it's just like I thought, he was lying. So how can I get my line 6 on 6? Typically, I'm supposed to tell my running back to pick up the man closest to me, which is this linebacker. But I'm still trying to find 6 on 6. Okay? I'm trying to get 6 on 6 here. Now, if I do 6 on 6 and I send my running back to this linebacker, I have one-on-one right here. I have him picking this guy up. I have Solomon Kinley picking up 49. I have Dieter picking this guy up. I have Dieter picking that guy up. I have Hunt swinging out right, and I have Jesse Davis. Jesse Davis, just in case. But I should have an extra blocker over here. But wait, there's a cornerback over here. Is he coming in? Oh, he's lining up at the line. So that's not going to work, because I'm still going to have an unblocked guy. So let me be creative. Here's what I'm going to do. I am going to tell my running back to pick up the linebacker on the outside. I'm going to let Austin Jackson stay with his man. I am going to come up to the line of scrimmage and yell to these guys, shift left. Whatever our signal is, I am going to yell to them, shift left, shift left. Okay? So now I have my running back picking up the corner just in case he comes, because there's no reason he's at the line unless he's coming. I'm going to have Austin Jackson pick up the down defensive end, as that's his job. That's who he's better suited to pick up, not the speed guy, but I'm going to have him pick up the D end. I'm going to have Solomon Kinley pick up the linebacker here. I'm going to have Dieter pick up this linebacker. I am going to have Hunt pick up this linebacker. And I am going to have Jesse Davis pick up this defensive end. And if this guy comes, it doesn't matter anyway, because he's giving me a free path to Gesicki, because this is now my hot read. This is actually the first guy I'm going to look at now instead of Devontae Parker, because I might be able to sneak it in here. Now I have 6 on 6 and everybody has a man. Everybody has a man. And you know the sad part about it? Robert Hunt is pointing to this man right here. He is telling he's telling Jesse Davis, since this guy out here is blitzing, I'm coming to get your man. And you need to come get this man, Jesse Davis. Do y'all see this communication happening by the O-line? Matter of fact, I never even noticed that. Kudos to Robert Hunt. He said, I see an extra man that's rushing on the outside, and I know my playbook, and I know Gesicki isn't going to pick him up because Gesicki's on the route, and it looks like we're about to have a guy coming straight to the quarterback. So I may need to get this guy, and you may need to get this guy. He's already communicating. But little does Robert Hunt know that there is a free blitzer all the way over here that changes that whole situation. He's trying to communicate what he sees, which is smart. But there's a whole nother guy on this line that Hunt, how would he ever know that? Hunt would never know that. He's thinking he's doing his pre-snap read, which guards and centers do. And this is where the quarterback is supposed to step up in the line and tell them we are shifting to the left. Hunt's going to be like, why are we shifting to the left? But I'm going to follow your orders. I'm going to follow your orders, though. Now, I have to go back to something. One more thing I need to go back to. Watch what Tua does, which is halfway right. Watch what he does, ladies and gentlemen. Watch his hands. He said there's a, let me back up real quick. Who is he talking to right here? You seen that hand come up? You see that hand right there? He is literally telling Malcolm Brown who he has. Now, honestly, y'all tell me if I'm wrong here. He reads twice, but this is what's funny about it. This is what I just can't seem to understand. He tells Brown that the pressure's coming up the middle and then points over to the left. He points at both. Who is he talking to? Who is he telling that 2 sets of pressure is coming? Who is he telling that to? Who is he talking to? He's talking to the running back. But the problem with talking to the running back, he's telling him about 2 men. And if you're going to tell him about 2 guys, the running back, this is a running back rule, ladies and gentlemen. Somebody said he's calling out numbers while pointing, TD. Exactly. But who is he talking to? He's talking to the running back. See the running back putting his ear in? He's pointing. He's talking to the running back. But you know what he's also doing? He's pointing out the mic right here. That hand is straight forward. He's pointing out the mic right here. And then he points the guy out on the edge. What do you think the running back is going to do? Now, whoever said the whole O-line, Rashad, you got to stop, bro. You know what you do when you want to communicate to the whole O-line? You walk up there and you start yelling at them. You walk up there and you start yelling at them. You got to communicate to them. You have to let them know. because people want to get mad and say this is actually Malcolm Brown's fault. What did he tell Malcolm Brown to do, ladies and gentlemen? When Malcolm Brown came over and leaned his shoulder over, right here, Malcolm Brown is listening to him right here. Malcolm Brown opens his hands and reaches his head over his shoulder to say, what is he saying? And he points out the guy he wants him to cover. But then he very casually lifts his arm back up after Malcolm Brown got his head straight, ready to go. What is Malcolm Brown supposed to do? So what does Malcolm Brown do? He goes to the man that he tells him. He goes to the man that he tells him. Now, what's interesting to me is, look at this when the ball snaps. If he told the whole O-line, right? Watch this. If y'all say that he told the whole O-line, then Austin Jackson didn't hear him because he would have picked the outside up. Kenley didn't hear it because he was looking for number 49, and then he adjusted to the left. Now, I'm going to show you how the whole O-line did not do, and y'all say that he was talking to the O-line. Now, y'all, I know we want to blame the O-line all the time, but you mean to tell me every single O-lineman didn't hear him if that's what he was doing? If he was shifting the protection left, the left tackle didn't hear it. Kenley didn't hear it because Kenley was waiting on 49. Then he realized, oh, 49 backing out. Let me get over on this linebacker. That's why he's getting beat automatically. He already laid on the linebacker because he's still standing up there because he thought he had 49. And if the center heard it, the center would have been looking at 49. He would have been looking over here. And Hunt is all by himself, ladies and gentlemen. Hunt is all by himself. Y'all want to tell me the O-line heard what Tua was saying? The reality is in the NFL, now watch this. I'm going to play devil's advocate here. Let's say Tua was telling the O-line, he was yelling out what to do. This is the NFL. How you know they got you? How many times do you have y'all watch football and y'all saw a quarterback change his protections by going on top of the center and literally yelling in the guard's ears and walking up and down the O-line? How many times have you heard them going back and forth, yelling across the line, up close to them, not standing back there hoping they hear them with a crowd going? We can make excuses all we want, but the one thing you can't cover here is the fact that Malcolm Brown himself was given an assignment right here. That's Malcolm Brown leaning in to hear Tua and Tua pointing at the mic saying, this is going to be your man. And Malcolm Brown goes in. And the only reason Kenley helped is because he got stuck up here and didn't know. He was actually beat on the play. And Malcolm Brown helping him out. Malcolm Brown is helping him out. And guess what? This guy over here dropped back into coverage. This was supposed to be the first read. But it's not there. And now we come back and we're getting sacked. Now, let's go back a little more. Let's go back into what should have happened here. Let's go back to what should have happened for a quarterback. It's so many responsibilities. They got to know all of this. They got to know all this. First of all, based off of the defense right now, when you do your calculation, Mike Gesicki is supposed to turn into your first read. You have an imbalance on this side. You got a corner over here that you don't know if he's coming in or dropping back in the very lane you want to go to. You also have safety help. This is in essence 3-on-1, ladies and gentlemen. And I want to show the play to show the essence of that. Look at this. The slant is taken away. You have the over the top, and luckily the safety bails. Pre-snap is 3-on-1. Post-snap, you see, is taken away, and he's still looking there. Now, had he actually factored this potential blitzer down here in, he would have realized Gesicki is now my new hot just in case that guy comes. If that guy comes, I have Gesicki wide open. It's time for me to work on the right side of the field. I have a disadvantage on Parker's side of the field, but I have an advantage on Gesicki's side of the field based off of everybody committing to the line of scrimmage. Even if they drop back in coverage, they're not dropping and shooting on this side. They're just backing out. I have an advantage over here. I have 3-on-3 or a 3-on-2, depending on if this man blitz. Now, I want y'all to see what happens down here at the bottom of the screen. And this is what I be talking about when I say one read. This is what I'm talking about when I say a quarterback who has one read is basically not giving this team a chance. Let's play what happens with these three receivers at the bottom of the screen, ladies and gentlemen. Pause. So you have this guy who we thought was going to blitz, dropping coverage. So Gesicki has a guy at the first read that's gone. Also, there's safety help over the top. Is Gesicki going to creep over the middle? Is he going to sit down in his zone? Tua knows the play. I don't. We also got the outside is covered. But gosh, I have a wide open Myles Gaskins. Now, imagine if Mike Gesicki was his first read and he was looking this way to make something happen. He would have been able to get the ball out before the blitz even came, ladies and gentlemen. Tell me I'm wrong. Had he been looking this way right now, would Tua not have had a wide open target if he was looking the other way? He had a wide open target, and that is Waddle, ladies and gentlemen. That's not even Gaskins. That is Waddle, your playmaker in open field. Waddle is about to get the ball with a blocker ahead of him and a blocker ahead of him pretty much. Linebacker won't even be able to catch him around this corner. Wide open. See, everybody says the O-line this and the O-line that. You know why I don't focus on the O-line much? Because every O-line in the NFL has plays where they have boneheaded plays where somebody gets beat and gets their quarterback blasted. Us more than others. I admit, us more than others. But you know, in the game of football, when things break apart, the only thing that you can say is, what still can be done? What still could have been done? This is exactly why I say with our trash O-line, there are still plays that can be made. This is why Ryan Fitzpatrick is successful with us. Because he's going to see that. With the same blitzer. You know how everybody said, it don't matter what quarterback you got back there. Ain't nothing he would have been able to do against this. This is why, ladies and gentlemen. This is why Ryan Fitzpatrick is successful with the bad O-line. This is why. Because it's not about what someone did wrong. That's not the first thing you're supposed to talk about. The first thing you're supposed to talk about is, even though somebody did something wrong, is there still a play to be made? And if there is, we need to make it, then talk about what was done wrong. And if there isn't a play to be made, then we talk about what was done wrong. So, ladies and gentlemen, I ask you right now, on this screen, with the free blitzer headed towards Tua Tagovailoa, is there a play that can still be made? Yes or no? Please put it in the comment section. TD knows this old line is boo-boo trash garbage. I know that they horrible at times. But through all their horribleness, are there plays that can still be made? That's all they want to focus on. The free blitzer. They don't want to see this is, and I'm going to be honest with you. Me bringing all this stuff up really ain't about Tua. It's the fact that they ignore that there are still plays to be made regardless. And that's why Ryan Fitzpatrick was successful. Ryan Fitzpatrick was running for his life with us, y'all. But there were still plays to be made. There are still plays to be made. What is Ryan Fitzpatrick going to do on this play? He's going to see this tight end, and he's going to say, He's not even going to look at Parker no more, y'all. Because Ryan Fitzpatrick licking his chops like, I might have a wide open man. Let me work this side of the field instead. Even if Ryan Fitzpatrick didn't call the protection correct, he going to hike the ball and start moving this way. Because he know he already got an advantage. You know why? Because he already know the play. He know that this guy, right? See, this is another thing, a quarterback responsibility that's so tough for a quarterback. A good quarterback knows what everybody's supposed to do on a play. So if Tua knew that Waddle was running an out and he got man-to-man underneath with Grant and there's no safety help, there's single high, and Grant is on a go route, number 39 has to follow Grant no matter what. This safety is not going to bail to Grant because you got Parker on the other side. Grant is on a one-on-one running a go route, and he knows that Waddle has an out with 10-foot cushion. No, 12-yard cushion. Waddle has an out route with 12 yards of cushion, y'all. Do y'all know that 12 yards is 36 feet? If you're at home, get your tape measure out and go pull it 36 feet. Grant has one-on-one running a go route, and Waddle has a quick out. In essence, Waddle is wide open. And don't get me started if this guy actually blitzes with Gesicki. Even better. But no matter what, I'm either going to hit Gesicki on a big play, and worst case scenario, Waddle on the out. And 39 not going to drop off because there's nobody over the top to pick up Grant. So once again, look, even the corners start bailing before the play. And the sad thing, Waddle's guys start bailing too. Waddle's men start backpedaling. Look at Waddle. Wide open on the out. Grant pulling the defense. It gets even worse. And Tua is sacked. Somebody said Captain Hindsight. It's the quarterback's job to not make plays like this hindsight. This isn't hindsight. You see how they make excuses, say this is hindsight year after the fact? This is before the play where you can see it, what you're supposed to do. Forget hindsight. This is the difference between mediocre quarterbacks and good quarterbacks. This is the difference. Pre-snap, you already know you got an advantage. Put it like this. Let's say that the linebacker here that looked like he blitzing was man-to-man on Mike Gesicki, and he wasn't looking like he was going to blitz. You still got the advantage on this side with Waddle's out because of the corner that's playing Waddle. You have no help with Grant over the top. You have no help over the top. So all of this hindsight stuff, if you have the mentality that, oh, this is all good in hindsight, that means you have zero expectations for your quarterback to ever read these type of plays. I'm calling every single one of y'all out that's sitting there talking about, yeah, it's easy to say in hindsight. If you feel that way, that means you have zero expectation for Tua Tagovailoa to ever pick this up and make them pay for it. Because do you want me to pull up Mac Jones film and show you that stuff just like this is what he was eating on us with? He was taking advantage of? Please tell me. But instead, I want you to notice, where is Tua's eyes? Where's his eyes? Parker, Parker, Parker. Never moved off. When was Parker open and when was he ever going to be open? You ain't throw it here because you see the corner, you see the linebacker coming underneath. He ain't there. But you don't stop. He was never going to be open. Tua does not look at the field at all. He does not look at the field at all, ladies and gentlemen. It is a shame that Waddle can be this open and Grant is about to take his man to the moon. It is a shame that a wide open man, and you know what? When I'm reviewing film of Tua Tagovailoa and he keeps getting sacked and the O-line keeps looking bad according to everybody, I'm seeing a guy open everywhere on the field. I'm seeing a guy open everywhere on the field. Somebody said, dang, TD, you was just a Tua fan. Yeah, I was supporting him. I got behind him. I went to camp. And then the night that I saw the Patriots film, I saw so much bad things, man. I got mad. I don't know if y'all were here. I don't know if y'all were here. That night we did the film breakdown of the Patriots game, but that very night is where I just got mad. But I'm going to be honest with y'all. What kills me is people make excuses for this. The truth is, I don't care if Brown messed up. I don't care if the offensive line didn't hear him and they messed up. Was there still a play to be made? And if there was, which we all know there was, why wasn't it made? And when you come to the conclusion of why it wasn't made, you see that Tua only looks at one side of the field on every single play. And ladies and gentlemen, I mean every single play. Every single play. Every single play. I'm going to show y'all something even better. Watch this. Watch this. I'm going to show y'all something even better. Y'all bear with me, all right? I'm going to pull it up for y'all. I want to show y'all something even better. This is all I want y'all to see. Because let me tell y'all something. I used to say Tua is a one-read quarterback. He throws to his first read every time, even if it's not open, but that's where he's always going to go. He does not survey the entire field, right? I used to always say that, and they crucified me for it. You don't hear nobody arguing with me anymore, do you? You don't hear people arguing anymore, do you? I know they try to. But I want to show y'all something. These are some highlights, right? These are highlights I'm about to show y'all. And if they put a block on the channel thing, it'll be back up. I'll just move this off the screen. But I want to show y'all something. All I want you to do is look at Tua when he hikes the ball and where he looks. That's all I want you to do. That is all you're going to be responsible of doing. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less, ladies and gentlemen. All you're going to do on every single successful play he has. Because the unsuccessful ones, he's doing the exact same thing. All right. Let me share screen. And you know what? I want to say this before we start. I still keep scratching my head trying to figure out whose fault is this. Whose fault is it? Is it the coaching staff that's doing this because it's all they can trust? Or are they tripping on him or what? But tell me if y'all see first read or not. Just look at his head every time. Fakes the handoff, already looking, goes to his guy. Let's keep it going. Every play. These are all highlights, so these are the good plays, y'all. So don't get mad. Yeah. All right, let mommy know, okay? Looking to the right, throws it to the right. Every play. Even if there's something else that he might be able to hit out there. Tua fakes the handoff, looks left, right, goes. For one of the, now that was one. That was one. Looking to safety off. Looks to his guy, hits him. But what I want y'all to notice is this is also the play calling. This is also the play calling. Why is this only our play calling? This is his run in. This is what they're giving him. All we got is one read or making sure that's it. And all of these, by the way, first read, good pockets. They're good pockets. A lot of these pockets, you got another second or two. Looks to the right, goes to the right. Luckily, he broke a tackle. Snaps the ball, looks to left, goes left deep. This is what it is. Snaps the ball, looks to the left, goes to the left. Whatever side he picks, he won't look at the other side. Right, goes right. Just quick, everything. Look at Gesicki. Gesicki, heated. Even on that play. Gesicki got mad. I want y'all to see this. Look at Gesicki after the play. Dang, you can't see it because this thing on the screen. Wait, hold on. Why is my captions on? Turn them off. Look at the play. Gesicki's mad because you see Gesicki wide open here. That's the big play to make. That's the big play. Watch Gesicki after the play. Heated. Looks right. I mean, yeah, that's right. Goes right. And Parker pushed off, by the way. I think that's an even better view to see Parker push off. See Parker? He gave a little push. You ain't going to be able to see it very well. But Parker pushed off. Right here. He pushing him just to go up high. I know y'all say he mossed J.C. Jackson, but he had a veteran move. Give him a little slight nudge and go up. Tua looking right, goes right. Now, and I don't have a problem with all of these, but what you're not seeing on these highlights are the plays that actually didn't work, that he still did the same thing, and it wasn't there. And we missed the stuff out there. But this is what's happening. They're banking on the way they're calling the plays, they'll have somebody, that first read to be open more than it's not. We already know what this one is. Next one, looks at Parker, goes to Parker. Now, let me tell y'all why I wanted to play that real quick. Because the truth is, the play calling isn't as bad as people think. A lot of our plays, the first read is there. That's all they're asking him to do. That's all they're asking him to do. They're not asking him to do more. I'm going to be honest with y'all. This offense is more watered down than Chan Gailey's. Do y'all see that? This offense is more watered down than Chan Gailey. The problem with this offense is this. Y'all just saw about 20 plays of immediate first read. But what you didn't see is another 15 of immediate first read that was not complete because it wasn't there. They ended in sacks. They ended in, scrambles for 1 yard. They ended in throws in the dirt because the first read wasn't there. That's what's not being noticed. And it's almost like the Miami Dolphins are banking on, well, that's all right. We just got to keep calling these plays. And if the first read is there, that's all we want you to focus on. Why would a team just do that? You know how you look at these other quarterbacks, and this is an area where you can't compare him to other quarterbacks, because some other quarterbacks, they do, I would not get, don't get me wrong, they do hit a lot of their first reads, but you also see some guys like Herbert opening it up. I mean, they're taking shots all over the field, and they're looking all over the field. Why do y'all think they have a vanilla offense like this? I don't know the answer, actually. All I could do is speculate, and that ain't fact. But I want to know from y'all, why do y'all think that they have such a vanilla offense like this? Because another thing that I hope y'all were noticing on almost all of those plays, Tua had a good another second or two to throw the ball. On almost all of them. I know he got it out quick, but you look at the O-line, everybody was hell. You didn't see a first step beat or anything on most of those. You didn't see a first step where anybody was beat. These aren't a lot of plays where he's actually getting hit before he throws the ball. It's just not. Try to show y'all some of what I'm talking about. I mean, I don't know what play this is. Let me see. Let me find a play. Let's see. Look at it. First read, throw the ball, but how many more seconds you think he got? Look at Parker at the bottom of the screen. That's a nice out too. I'm just saying though. See, the other plays that they didn't show highlights, the corner might have been close to the line of scrimmage and he never throws it even though he wanted to. And he's still stuck over there and he never sees Parker on the other end. Those are all the ones that you don't see on the highlights. But these pockets, man, plenty of time. So what's up with the coordinators? I don't know who this is up here at the top of the screen, but I hope he hit him. Oh, my Jesus. I would love to see that one on all 22. Lord. I really want to see that one on all 22. Whoever this was. I got to see if he sits down in the coverage. And who is this guy over here? Running free by himself down here at the bottom of the screen. And then he hits the tight end underneath. Him and Gaskins. I think that this offense, nope, he missed Buddy at the top completely. Well, again, on this type of view, I can't actually see if there's an extra safety over the top, so I can't say he missed them. I don't know. Well, I got the all 22, but I don't need to pull that up. All I'm saying is, let's not make it. Let's take it off of Tua for a second. Why are we calling plays nothing but these plays? Y'all do notice that, right? Why are we calling nothing but these plays? Why do y'all think that is? Because the problem is the great teams, Buffalo, freaking, what's their name? Bucks. When we run into the great teams, they actually going to get in these guys' face. They're going to shadow these guys. Linebackers going to be flying to the running back, to the checkdowns. And we're talking about Tua can improve and then he can grow. I'm not going to dispute that. Tua can improve and he can grow and he can get better as a quarterback. But how if we're not even putting it to the test? We're not even putting it to the test. We're not calling the plays where you got multiple routes, 15 or more yards, and we attacking the defense. We know he can improve. I believe he can improve and get better. I always told y'all he's a year 3 guy. Tua will be NFL ready in year 3. I always told y'all that. I said Tua will be NFL ready in year 3. But what level of NFL ready? I don't know. but he will be one of them guys you'd be like, okay, he belongs in the NFL. It's just a matter of how good is he in this league. But I think they're stunting his growth. You out here got this man hike. How is he ever supposed to overcome the tough games? And even in the tough games where the pressure is there and the guys are playing tight coverage, they still don't open it up. They still do the basic plays. So how is he ever supposed to take that next step? He can't take the next step doing this over and over and over and over again. Now, all y'all who get mad at me for ragging on Tua and stuff like that, can y'all be honest with me for a second? If they keep him doing this over and over and over again, do you really think he's going to get better? Do you really think he's going to improve in the areas that he struggles in? You'll never get better if you don't get thrown into situations that you automatically struggle in. And what I mean by that, ladies and gentlemen, I promise y'all, I'd rather see Tua struggle really bad than to see this. Because what this tells me is you're just trying to win until you get the guy you really want. That's what it tells me, because you are not developing him at all. You're not developing him at all. This isn't development. This isn't development. I'll show you almost every quarterback in the NFL, young or old, getting more than this from the play calling. Getting more than this from the play calling. I just played you every successful play that he had from the Patriots game. And the only two things out of 20 that you saw that was down the field were the two 50-50 balls. One of them that probably would have been picked if Parker didn't push off. And the other one to Waddle made a heck of a play. And then even on those, hike, look that way, go. Even on those. You are not putting him. This man should be in practice every day, right? He should be in practice every day. They should be calling some of the best passing plays with all this speed. You got a guy coming on a crossing, a deep crossing. You got a guy coming on a deep comeback. You got a guy on the go. You got, double crossing. I'm talking about not the little 5-yard crossers. I'm talking about the deep crossers, a guy streaking. You should have plays just like that. And you should tell the defense, you should give the defense an assignment that is going to all but shut it down, except that tough throw that you got to make. And if you can make that, you burn them. They should be literally testing him hard. I've been to practice. They ain't doing it. I've been to practice. They ain't doing it. They just preparing for the next opponent. How is he supposed to get better? How is he ever supposed to look? Sorry for the comparison, but I got to say it. How is he ever supposed to look like Herbert looking downfield the whole time? I mean, Herbert hiked that ball. He looking at the safety because he's looking for a deep pass. I ain't trying to compare. But the one thing I will give Tua is that he is in a total different situation as far as what they're trusting them to do. What they're trusting them to do. A totally different situation of trust here. And if you feel like Tua got everything he needs, how is he supposed to show it with this? Even the O-line. Say they want to use the excuse of the O-line. Well, they got to get it out quick because the O-line, how they supposed to get better? How they supposed to get better? How you gonna develop Tua or develop the O-line if you just hike? Listen, the O-line, we only require you to hold the line for 1 second. That's it. How they supposed to get tested? I mean, Tua stares at his first read and doesn't move off of it so much. It's almost like I can make an assumption that they said, stop looking anywhere else. It's almost like they yelled at him and said, stop looking at it anywhere else. Who's your first read? That's all you better focus on. What do you do if it's not there? Keep looking at it. It's almost like they yelled it to him. How is he supposed to get better in this? All this is doing is starting a civil war about whose fault is what. That's it. But all of us need to recognize there ain't no improvements to be had doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. We just played the Buffalo Bills, where at least 15 times in the game I saw trips to one side and a single to the other. Same formation. At least 15 times I saw trips to the right, one to the left, or vice versa. I swear we only run 5 formations with 2 plays out of each one. I swear Tua only got a 10-play playbook. I promise y'all. I'm speculating, but come on, y'all. Go look at the film. It looked like this man got a 10-play playbook out of 5 formations. 2 plays per formation. At least in the passing game. When you got teams out here with 300 different passing plays. And we in the same formations over and over and over. But the frustrating part of it is, I don't know their coaching style. Because maybe they're saying when you can get the basics right on a consistent basis, we can move on. Because they ain't even consistent doing this. I just played all the highlights. Y'all got to see the plays that we missed. That was one read when they took it away right away. They're probably like, well, once we can get this consistent, then we can move on. I don't know. I don't know. Have no clue. But to be fair to Tua, and you know what? I mean, again, a lot of these conversations, they have a certain level of speculation to them, but we all got our own eyes and we can see what we're seeing. We ain't in the locker room. We don't know 1,000% the details surrounding all of this, but at the same token, some things are real obvious here, ladies and gentlemen. And to be fair, it is unfair to Tua. But at the same token, if I was him, listen, man, this is some crap. This is where, men got to be men. Yeah, you got your guaranteed money, bro. This is where you got to be a man. It's your career on the line. Open it up or trade me. The only way that this is acceptable is if Tua knows that he can't handle the rest yet, and they know it too. That's the only way this is acceptable, where we got to do what we got to do. Just give him what he knows if he can't handle it. But do y'all think Tua can handle it or not? I know a lot of y'all support Tua and believe in him. So if you believe he can handle it, there can't be no other excuse. He got to man up and tell them, open the playbook, give me a better offense, or get me out of here. Or get me out of here. That's just the truth. Because he ain't going to get better like this, y'all. He is not in a situation where he can improve anything, where you're literally not required to look at multiple reads to survey the field. You're only required to make sure you hit that first read. No, he can't get better that way. Ain't no improvements made that way. No, it's not possible. Because all they're going to do every time you make it to the playoffs is game plan to that, and they're going to make you look like Buffalo just made us look. For the record, ladies and gentlemen, you do know Buffalo did to us exactly what Denver did to us last year, right? You do know Buffalo did to us what the Raiders were trying to do to us last year, right? But they just weren't good enough to like do it completely, but they still shut us out, shut us down. And now teams in the NFL said, man, the Raiders did it to him last year this way. Okay. The Broncos did it to him last year the exact same way. Buffalo ended the season doing this to them. Okay. And now Buffalo come back and do it again. We got the playbook on the Miami Dolphins. We know exactly what to do. We know what to do to that young quarterback. We know exactly what to do. 10 games in the NFL, usually you wait to after the first year or second year even, where people like, I think he's figured out. Like right now, people are like, I think people has figured Josh Allen out. Even us in the first half, he looked figured out, right? But do you know that people around the NFL right now, 9, 10 games in, are saying, we know what to do. And how is he ever supposed to grow and stick it to him that, oh, you thought you knew what to do, if you're not going to open it up? If you're not going to put him in tough situations and let him make his mistakes? You should have did it last year. The worst thing that could happen for Tua last year is us being in playoff contention. Because since we were in playoff contention, they had to force him to be extra careful. That's a no-no, ladies and gentlemen, for a rookie quarterback. And everybody rave about how he takes care of the ball and he is careful. That ain't always a good thing. This is how you pay for that. And now they come into this season. We won 10 games last year. We got to win more. Maybe we need to be even more careful. Oh, boy. And listen, ladies and gentlemen, here's what makes it worse. We're still going to win some games this year doing this same thing. We're going to win some games this year with our defense. And them sorry defenses out there in the NFL doing the same thing. We're still going to win some games. We're going to win some games. You're going to have some games where Tua got 280 yards, 2 touchdowns, and he had a high completion percentage because they're going to run zone all day, and he's going to stick it to him, hitting his first read and X, Y, and Z. And we're going to feel good about it. But the truth is, your quarterback's not developing. We're just looking at stats and how he had a good game, and we're like, see, he's getting better. The only time you can see if he's getting better is if you keep seeing him in them tough situations. You think I care when we play the Jets and he put up 500 yards and 50 touchdowns? See, Tua balled out. See, don't fool yourself. Now he play up against the Bucs and he put up 325 and 2 touchdowns. Now we talking, ladies and gentlemen. Now we talking. You see what I'm saying? But it's always those really good teams that bring that pressure and take away that first read. We got to open it up. We got to make it even. I know that y'all going to hate me for saying this, but we actually have to make it tougher for him. Give him the full display so that when you're really breaking down film, you can start talking about the nuances. He needs to see it all. It has to be tougher for him. You can't keep giving it to him easy. You have to. I know y'all feel like I be hating on Tua. I just made a promise with myself 2 years ago after we traded Tannehill from this point forward, and we didn't even have another quarterback yet. I said, I'm going to be critical of my quarterback because I was wrong all this time. You know, I always said if you got the perfect team around them, you know, you don't need a top-tier quarterback. But I was wrong. You need a great quarterback to win in this league in today's NFL. EM hear me say that, he going to go off on me because he can be like, we argue this all the time. I told you, TD. You used to be like, you don't. But you need a good quarterback to win in today's NFL. And I'm just very critical to it because I want him to be better. but they not helping this man be better. And a part of it, he got to take ownership by forcing them to give it to him. I know it's risky because it could also push you out of the door quicker, but gosh, what we doing? What we doing, man? We can't pacify nobody. And if he has those intangibles that he's supposed to have coming out of Alabama, that I kind of think he does, but you're not making him show it. If he got those mental intangibles and stuff that I think he has, he'll actually thrive more if you put more pressure on him. I mean, they supposed to be in practice sending zero blitz with the first read gone every day, all day, every day. I'll be in practice every day. All right, I want y'all to send 6 and make sure his first read gone and his second read. We already know the play. Call this play, and I'm gonna be right there with the defensive coordinator. Me and the offensive coordinator. If I was the offensive coordinator, I'd tell the defensive coordinator, come here. All right, we're gonna sit right here on this sideline. I'm about to run a quick slant to Parker, whatever the play call, a quick slant to Parker to the left. I want you to send 6-man blitz from the blind side, matter of fact. And I don't want you to disguise it. I want him to be able to see it if he does his job. And I also want you to veer that safety downhill to look like he's about to take that slant away. Matter of fact, tell a safety that we're finna throw a slant. Matter of fact, tell a corner we finna throw the slant. I'm going to tell a defense everything we doing. Let him hike the ball so he could get used to recognizing what's not there and moving on. Or pre-snap recognizing this, that, and this. I'm going to get him frustrated. And on every play, I'm going to give him an outlet. On every play, I'm going to give him an outlet. I'm going to tell him to do that same thing. I'm going to say, send me 2 blitzers on the blind side. We're going to do a slant to the left to Parker. Tell the corner it's going to be a slant, and tell the safety, I want you to show that you coming down before the play start, and I want you to jump that route. Matter of fact, Parker, come here. I want you to run a sloppy route. Don't fall. I just want you to run it half speed. Let the defense win that battle over there. Gesicki, I want you to run up the seam on the right side where the blitz coming from. Defensive coordinator, don't have nobody guard Gesicki. Let him run free. I'm going to give him an outlet on every play because I need him to get used to finding the guy. Making it tough. Hike the ball. Did you see that pressure from the beginning of the snap coming, and did you call your protections? We're going to do that over and over and over again. Your first read ain't there. You see that's smothered. Why you still looking over there? I'm going to be all up in him. All in practice. And then is the man, like literally, as soon as he hiked the ball, 4 seconds in, I'm going to blow the whistle and I'm going to yell on the bullhorn, everybody pause. Like everybody just stop. And in front of everybody, I'm going to put that pressure. Did you read this blitz from pre-snap? Did you? And maybe he did. I don't know. But this is how I'm going to coach it. Did it look like Parker was ever going to be open? No. Oh, okay. Is Gesicki wide open? So how long you want to stay over here with Parker? Let's get it together. Run it again. Run it again. Now I'm telling the defensive coordinator, I'm going to say, defense, I want you to run the same play where Gesicki going to be wide open. I'm going to say it loud. I want you to run the same play where Gesicki going to be wide open. And I want you to send that same blitz off the edge. And I want you to give double coverage on Parker like you did. I just got to see what Tua going to do. Then I'm going to tell the defensive coordinator, don't do it. Let Parker run his route where he's going to have an easy slant. Make sure they guard Gesicki double coverage. And don't send the blitz off the edge. I'm going to flip it just like that because I don't want you to think just because you know what's going to happen, it's easy. You don't know what to expect. I want to see you throw that slant to Parker on the next play. I am literally just grilling and going at it out there on that field. You don't know what's going to happen. I need you to read every individual play for what it is. Every individual play for what it is. Ain't no guessing. Ain't no predetermining, thinking you know. We got to get our reads. We got to get our checks. We got to make the right decisions. And I'm grilling that until I start seeing improvement. But you think they're doing that? Heck no. All they doing is reps and reps and reps of this play, that play. They just going through the the playbook, practicing it, going in the film room, seeing what you, right here, you had an opportunity to do. He's kinesthetic. He need to do it over and over and over again. He done already told y'all that in a press conference. I'm the type of guy that needs to do it over and over and over again. And then I finally start to get it that way. Not the guy that, see it on film where it worked. He need everything thrown at him. He need one play thrown at him 50 times in practice, and I promise you he'll never make another mistake on that play, no matter what he sees. No matter what he see on that play, no matter what the defense does, if you give him the reps and critique every little thing in practice, he'll never make a mistake on that play again. That's how kinesthetic people are, and that's how Tua is. That's how they got to handle this. That's how you help him grow. That's how he actually becomes our franchise quarterback. And all y'all making excuses and letting bygones be bygones, trust me, the way they're doing it, y'all gonna be real mad when it's all said and done. Because this ain't setting him up for success. And y'all sitting here contributing into it. Do y'all realize that? All y'all making all these excuses, you're contributing to the fact that he is not being developed. He's being asked to do his job. This is not development. This is not development. This is do your job. And if you don't do it well, they're not going to coach you and help you do it. They're just going to say, well, in the film room, this is what you did wrong. Do your job better. TD actually supporting Tua. Shock TV, it ain't even about, it's just common sense though, bro. This ain't about, I'm looking out for Tua, this and that. I'm just saying in general, if he was ever supposed to be our franchise quarterback, this ain't how you do it. And we're enabling this crap. We're making excuses for this. The longer we make excuses as a fan base and keep accepting it and talk about the O-line, Tua won't get better. They'll feel that heat if everybody start talking about he need to do this better, he need to do that better. What are y'all doing? What is the media asking all the coaches the last 2 days? See, we act like Tua's perfect, right? And what is the media asking the coaches the last 2 days? All about the O-line. So you think the coaches feel pressure about Tua's development? What pressure would they feel about Tua's development? The only pressure an organization can feel is the ones their fans give them. If the fans are fine with losing, the last 21 years is what you get. This ain't about whether I like Tua or not, if I'm defending him or hating on him. This is about a Miami Dolphin player who is not being developed because he's getting a pacifier in a diaper as a playbook. Instead of a freaking war zone with grenades, bullets flying everywhere, tanks and machine guns, tunnels. And y'all wonder why I'm so critical, because I feel like they're not. I've come to a conclusion that they're not. There's no way they could be critical with what we're seeing. And you wonder why I'm so critical of them. Do y'all, I know some of y'all gonna say yes. And maybe I'm addressing this to the guys who always arguing with me. Do you deep down inside really think I dislike Tua? Like literally, I can't stand that guy. Y'all really think I dislike him? Or is it I just want to see him playing better so I can get excited? Do y'all realize when we watch Tua play, we're supposed to be excited about every throw he makes? But are you excited about 5-yard slants or 5-yard ins and 5-yard outs all day? I want to be entertained. And be honest, even y'all who followed Tua from Alabama, y'all know y'all ain't entertained. Y'all getting a total different version of Tua right now. Y'all used to seeing him air that ball out everywhere. Woo! 50-yarder, 40-yarder, 30-yarder, 25 on the comeback. Jet sweep. Oh, the little swing pass go for 50. Man, y'all used to seeing the fun, explosive Tua. Y'all used to seeing the fun, explosive Tua. How in the heck did y'all learn to get comfortable with what you're seeing now? Don't tell me you ain't comfortable because you make excuses for it every day. You can't tell me you ain't comfortable with what you see because you make excuses for it every day. This is not the type of Tua we saw in Alabama. And I ain't saying it's because of him. Y'all know good and well y'all just waiting on them deep balls to come. But you never get them. The best you get is a 25-yard turnaround by Waddle or a Parker push-off high ball 50-50. Like y'all are used to seeing him throw on the run in the bucket. Hey, touchdown. Oh, he just got mossed. Ain't nobody on this team mossing nobody. And it ain't just because of separation, because y'all see people open now. That'd be 100 now. That'd just be 100. He's missing some things too, right? But how do you expect him to start getting that chemistry back after his hip surgery and after missing football? How is he supposed to get his groove back unless you're going to run those things multiple times? We saw 2 deep balls last week. We saw 3 deep balls last week. One was in the end zone to Albert Wilson. That was a good pass, but should have been thrown like a second early. The other was Waddle and Parker for the turnarounds, right? I'm going to tell y'all now, they should throw about 10 of them a game. He got to get back into his old self. He got to get back into his rhythm. They should be airing it out by 10 deep balls a game. Anytime we got one-on-one, I don't care if my receiver win or not, throw that rock to her. I want you to have some fun out there. He's supposed to be getting back where he was when he was in Alabama, throwing them teardrops for touchdowns left and right, right and left, up and down, down and up. But I can't believe people are settling for what we're doing now. Can't believe people are settling for what we're doing now. This ain't even the quarterback you knew in Alabama. Broward come up said offensive coordinator is a big part of why the office not performing well, period. Wide receivers not cracking down on blocking cornerbacks, blitz, QB not audible, the offensive line to protect or reading the defense, brother. This loss hurts big time. What, Watson? Listen, man, let me say this. I said it last year. Pete had a point this morning. And I mean, not Pete, but Esteban. He had a point this morning because I kind of argued it, but now I see what he was saying because he called me later and explained it to me. You want to see Tua get back to where he needs to be? Start going 4 and 5 wide on every play. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. 2 to the right, 2 to the left, and a running back. Call him in if you need extra protection. Spread it out every time. Make sure every time you got at least 3 guys deep. Whatever route you want to run, a deep crossing, a go route, a post route, send them. Stretch that defense on every play. I don't want to hear nothing about how much time he got to throw the ball. And send one guy underneath every play. Every play. Let him see everything coming in front of him. And with this speed on this field, especially with Fuller coming back, if they want to try us and hit him right away, now it's time for us to go ahead and say we cannot put it on Tua anymore to call it protections and stuff. I'm just saying, I ain't trying to hate. I'm just saying, at this point, stop asking him to call his protections and stuff. If that's too much, it's time for us to teach our wide receivers how to run option routes, just like Kansas City do. If they send a blitz and you ain't got help underneath, everybody know what they supposed to do. If Will Fuller's running a go route, but basically the safety is bailing, your go route turns into a crossing route. If Waddle in the slot is supposed to run a quick out and the linebacker leaves, go up 10 yards and sit in the coverage. Like, start teaching them option routes. So Tua could sit back there, even if the pressure coming, a guy give him a straight up, I'm here, and he just picking them apart. And then all of a sudden, now they're staying home. Now you can run some of the other stuff. Now you can start running some of the other stuff. What we're doing is not working. What we're doing is not working. I want my fast guys in the slot, stretching the defense. I want my wide receiver I want one of my fastest wide receivers to be matched up with a linebacker. Send him on a streaking go route right up the middle of the field out of the slot and pull both safeties and his man. Send them other guys on deep crossing routes and let them eat all day. Mix it up. But instead, we rather sit out here and make excuses and cry all day over 3-yard hitches. Oh. We got to be honest with ourselves. At this point into his career, and I don't know if it's his fault or not, there are certain things he can do well and there's certain things he can't do well. Maximize what this man could at least do well. And build off of that. All this baby stuff. Y'all do realize we're running an elementary system. Y'all do realize that, right? I just showed you 20 highlights. Take away the 2 deep balls, 18 where every pass was no further than like 5 yards in the Patriots game. And maybe a 1 or 2 that went a little bit more. You saw Gesicki get mad there. So I get that. Now, I'm very critical regardless. Whatever they give you, we still need you to execute it, right? That's fair. But man, you're just asking him all day to be perfect on these dinks and dunks. Y'all do understand if we get a dink for 4 yards, a dink for 5 yards, and we 3rd and 1, we 9 times out of 10, we doing another dink. When you got quarterbacks out here like Herbert getting the opportunity to first play, 18-yard attempt. Didn't work, it's all right, because our second play going to be at least a 12-yard attempt. All we got to do is get one of these deep balls out of 3, it's a first down. But we actually getting 2 out of 3, and it still ain't a first. Y'all see how the odds work? If you throw 3 4-yard passes, that's a first down. If you get 2 out of 3 of those, you punting the ball. And 2 out of 3 is darn good. And you still punting the ball. But if you take shots of 10 or more on all 3 plays, all you got to do is get 1. All you got to do is get 1. Why you think you got guys in the NFL looking better than our quarterback? Now, again, I ain't making no excuses. Y'all know I ain't no excuse maker. It almost made me feel a little uneven because it feel like I'm giving him cause and reason because it's still things that he need to do to clean up on his own. That's just a fact. But at the same token, man, he could actually be converting and not missing targets underneath and certain things like that, and I'd still be bored. Let's be honest, right? Now, don't get me wrong. A win is a win. I'm taking every one of them. But come on, man. Do the Miami Dolphins play exciting football, ladies and gentlemen? And then they say, hey, we ain't got to be excited as long as you win. But we losing. We lose. We lose. I don't care that we win 10 games and lose 6 and we won more than we lost. We ain't even make the playoffs. That ain't how it works. Success is not defined by winning more games than you lose. There's actually a benchmark that you need to achieve. And this year, that benchmark is 12 games. Because based off of last year, if we win 11 this year, you still can miss it. Because we missed it last year with 10, and there's an extra game. That means you can still miss it with 11. You need 12 wins, and we are 500. We are on pace for 8-8. It's early in the season, so those things are going to change easily by the week. All these screens and checkdowns they calling for Tua is gonna very much damage his confidence to throw it deep or take risks that need to be made. But let me say this, man. I need y'all to listen real clear. At least I'm going to beg y'all to give me the benefit of the doubt and say, you know what? TD's not hating when he say that. Maybe our team truly, I know y'all don't want to hear this, but I'm just saying, y'all can't discount this. And I'm not trying to act like I'm a hater or nothing. Listen to me. Maybe they had already mentally moved on because they really was trying to get Watson. We ain't getting him right now. I mean, that's on the shelf. It may come off or it may just stay up there forever. No. But what I'm saying to y'all is they treating this whole situation like they had a plan that didn't fall through. Because why else would he be getting neglected so much like this? It doesn't, I'm trying to make sense of it. Why else would the neglect be like this? I'm going to tell you when the neglect started. The neglect started back in April during the draft. You already got the man on your roster, and you go and make 3 luxury picks. You already bring in Will Fuller, and then you bring in Waddle on top of it. It's nice to get him a lot of weapons, but it was a luxury pick. What was a need pick? O-lineman. Then at 18, you go get Jaden Phillips, a luxury pick. You got Ogbar, you got Van Ginkel and them guys you just gave new money to. A luxury. And you ain't even playing them much right now, by the way, might I add. And not an offensive lineman. Then, who was the third first rounder? Wasn't it a third first rounder we got? Who was it? Who we got? Was it Javon Holland? You moved down, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Did they move down and they got Javon Holland? Not an offensive lineman. And then you make it look like you want to salvage all of that by trading up for Eichenberg. You want to trade up for Eichenberg? Now, I understand the theory, right, of not giving up on the line that you already drafted and you're trying to build, right? I get that. But once again, you're running 5 kids on an offensive line with the kid behind center himself. And you didn't go in free agency in 2 years. You didn't go get a single lineman. You go get freaking... Oh, this is about to get me mad. You go and get what's the man name at center, man, that we cut anyway? What's his name? From Baltimore. The first one, not the second one. I'm gonna get on that. Gosh, what's his name? I'm tripping. I can't even remember it, how much of a waste that was to do. Matt Skura, thank y'all. Your free agent acquisition on the O-line was Matt Skura? And then to add insult to going to get Matt Skura, he don't even make the 53 in a week before you create the 53. You go get his backup from Baltimore. You get Baltimore's backup, and then you go get Baltimore's third string. Months, whatever. Not to mention Greg Little. What serious investment have they made on an O-line for a guy they know would need it? And don't tell me Austin Jackson is the serious investment. Because first of all, how that's going for us. He can still get better. Y'all say we saying Tua can get better. Austin Jackson can still get better. But what I'm saying is, where was the serious investment? I think everybody is starting to see right now when we got Waddle, and I love Waddle. I'm glad we got Waddle. But what would have been more valuable, Panay Sewell or what's the boy name? I say it every day, and every time I forget it until I remember. Obviously, right? Captain Obvious. What's the other offensive lineman out there that's balling? Gosh, and that he was available. And they say he was probably better than Sewell. Gosh, I just had it on my brain. Slater, yes. Both of them boys. No serious investment. Matter of fact, let's take it a step further. You had Thuney right there on free agency. Had the money and everything. Christian Wirfs even available. You had serious people available to at least give you better options of an anchor. And you skipped it all. So, ladies and gentlemen, tell me, are they really investing in Tua, or did they have a different game plan that might have not worked out the way they thought it would? I'm just saying it's the only freaking thing that makes sense to me. It don't make me right, and it don't mean that's what's going on. Maybe they just said, we believe in our 5 guys, and we're going to make them work, and look where we at. I'm just saying, maybe they did. Because if they did, then they need to admit that it ain't going well. It looked like you're about to be on the wrong side of this. Greer, Flores. What is wrong in today's NFL of saying, I was wrong, let me go correct it. Let me hurry up and correct it. The only thing I can tell y'all that makes sense, that make you say, oh, okay, well, I understand now, is if they had a whole nother plan and that plan got screwed up. Because I think they feel like an elite quarterback at this point, not saying Tua won't be elite, but right now, this very moment, I think they felt like an elite quarterback can help the O-line and mask some of their deficiencies. And they might have even got cocky with it and said, we could do it all while still keeping Tua and developing him and letting him take his time. A guy who came off an injury, a guy who was away from football, a guy who needs to get back in a rhythm, a guy who needs to take it one step at a time and not rush him. That could have very well have been the play. That could have very well have been the play. But when all of that got screwed up, I'm telling y'all, something ain't right. And what my little theory here may be just way wrong. But if it's way wrong, then our front office and coach might have just been screwing up the decision-making. The personnel they brought in and the people that they whiffed on in free agency and in the draft. That's just the truth. If we go spread offense, that clearly would tell every NFL team that we have no run game. Let's be honest. If the core can block, it won't matter who's at wide receiver. Let's see if this loss brings fuel to the entire team and staff. I don't agree with that. You know how many teams spread it out? You know how many teams spread it out and just sticking it to you all day and then handing it off in the halfback draw on occasions? Didn't Buffalo just do that to us? Ain't Kyler Murray out there doing it all day? Ain't that what Brady doing is a lot, even though he audibles into the run? Ain't that what Patrick Mahomes over there doing? There's a lot of teams doing it. I'm not saying that it's going to give it away, but you can run out of that too. You can run out of that too. You spread it out, you can still run the ball out of that. Matter of fact, you spread it out, you can hold the defense at bay because first they got to read what that running back is going to do. Wherever the blitz is coming from, right? Think about it. Oh, it looked like they blitzing on the right. Let me put my running back over there. And a matter of fact, running back, if they blitzing, let me tell you how you tell. You got 3 linebackers, right? If a guy on the right end look like he blitzing, throw your running back over there. Don't look at the blitzer no more. Look at the other 2. Because if he really blitzing, one of them is like, oh, let me go over a little because I don't want him to beat me to the outside. Oh, yeah, he blitzing now. Now tell your running back, pick him up. If none of them slide over at all, then there's a great chance they ain't blitzing. They ain't blitzing. It's a great chance they ain't blitzing. There are a lot of tells in the NFL. A quarterback just got to use his guys to tell them. Why you think they do the simple stuff like, why you think they'll call Waddle in motion? He'll come over a little, but then he'll go right back to the spot. That ain't no part of the play. That's only for the quarterback to identify if his defender is following him so the quarterback can know, are they in man or are they in zone? If he follow him across the field, they're in man-to-man likely. If everybody starts shifting a little, but they don't follow him, oh, they're not in man. There are so many little tails that you have. Blitzer coming on the edge. Let me put my running back over there. Did any other running backs shift over? Because if they did, that means that man really is coming on the blitz, and they're just shifting over just in case the running back running the flat, and they got to catch him. So running back, stay home and pick him up. There's so many tails. There's so many tails. You just got to be creative to identify what they are. Moving guys around, bringing them here, bringing them there. But the hard part about playing a position of quarterback, that clock is ticking when you're trying to figure out what they're doing. You want to run your tail. You want to see if they're in man or not, but it's only 7 seconds left. I ain't got time for him to come, go back, get set, and feel good about it. And be able to communicate just in case it's a blitz. See, this is all a game of football. That's where it gets scrappy. Homie said, yes, they are doing it with a core line that's blocking. And everyone is communicating within the core. That's our problem. I agree. Don't get me wrong. Our line sucks. I mean, I'm not knocking that. I just focus on what meat is still left on the bone, even with a trash line. You still got to get what you can, right? Like, even with a trash line, we leave stuff on the table. That's all I can focus on because I can't focus on what was already done that it's going to be. Like, y'all got to understand. As trash as our line is, do y'all expect for them to just play better next week? Yeah, they may have a better game because the level of competition may not be as good on occasions. But you got to expect them you got to expect them to give up sacks and plays like this because it's who they are right now. Because improvement is a process. It's not going to happen overnight. So you have to expect that. So you can't really get mad at that. You just got to let it play itself out as they grow. But what you can critique really, really, really is what do we still leave on the table? Despite a bad O-line, what could we still have made happen out of that? That's why I focus on it. Because I know me talking about what a lineman didn't do ain't going to improve that lineman. But when Tua looks left and never looks right at a wide open man, I know that can be fixed. But he keep doing it, which tells me they ain't fixing it. Not him. They can't be fixing it. Because if they are fixing it and he's still doing it, he ain't going to be our quarterback, y'all. They already know that. That's something for y'all to think about. if the coaching staff are actually doing their job and fixing these things and he's still not doing it, they already know he ain't the quarterback of the future. They just playing this out because they have no choice right now. But I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt by saying they not fixing it. They not fixing it. They can't be fixing it. They can't be, because he do it, so he does it with such conviction that they have to be saying, yeah, you're doing good. They have to be. They have to be. It just doesn't make sense otherwise. Y'all keep on knocking. Stop it. Tua doesn't have the physical traits Tannehill had. See, this is where me and you differ in football philosophy. Even if I agree that he doesn't have the physical traits that Tannehill had, I don't care. What does he have? And let me put him in a system to make that work. See, this ain't about what he has and what he doesn't have. All I need to know is what he can do, and let me build a system conducive to that. Y'all, I'm not finna sit here and go back and forth with y'all talk about what he ain't got and what he can't do. Okay, that is of none of my concern. The coaches don't need to worry about what he can't do. They just need to worry about what he can do, put him in a situation where he can show it all day and do it well. And the only fear that I do have is if that's what they're doing, and we have to be cookie cutter. We have to be dink and dunk. But I'm not willing to say that because I've seen him do it in Alabama. And I do not, for the life of me, I do not believe that he has regressed to the point of what they're putting him in right now. I do not believe that that's all they feel he can handle, because if it is, they already know he ain't going to be our quarterback. And I can't come to that conclusion yet to believe it. I said the other day, I don't believe in Tua anymore. The reason why, I know he's not going to be given the time in Miami to become that guy. I know he not. I'm telling y'all now, if the rest of the season go just like this, they not. And part of it will probably be their fault. But I don't think they would care anyway, because they already got a plan in place if that's the case. Otherwise, before the trade deadline, I expect them to use one of them first-round picks and go get them an offensive lineman. Yeah, I said first-round picks. You got the money next year. Before the trade deadline, especially if we're above 500, ladies and gentlemen, y'all hear me and hear me clear. That is your tell. If our O-line is still struggling, and they don't use a whole first-round pick on a legitimate offensive lineman who's about to come up on a contract year, and the team is like, I'll take that first because we don't want to pay the money. If they don't do something that serious, then they already giving you your answer, ladies and gentlemen, because once again, they have not invested a serious asset to protect him. You had all that money in free agency. Thuney was right there and didn't bring us not a single guy who was proven on an O-line end. You had all that draft capital last year, and what did you do? You went Waddle, luxury. You in Jalen Phillips, super luxury, because you ain't even using them like Russo over there in Buffalo eating at a later freaking pick. And then you go get Javon Holland. I get that one because you let Bobby McCain go. That makes sense. But again, you had serious assets to give him serious protection. Panay Sewell was on the board. Slater was on the board. Christian Wirfs was on the board. They are already giving y'all the answer. Do not ignore it. Why is it they haven't spent any serious, not even a piece of serious capital on this man's protection? Somebody riddle me that. Somebody riddle me that. Please answer that question. TDPHINSTALK, the team that runs a spread offense have something the Dolphins do not have, an elite quarterback. Again, Tua ain't elite right now. But maybe the right offense, like the spread offense, can show his ability to be elite. I mean, look at Sam Darnold. Bum of all bums out here seeing ghosts, go to a new organization, over there putting in work, eating. Don't get me started on Ryan Tannehill. Now, once again, I'm not trying to make no excuses for Tua, but I do try to keep things fair and even. In the right situation, maybe you might see the Alabama boy again. Because let me tell y'all something, deep down inside, the reason why I get so frustrated with Tua is because I actually wanted to see the Alabama version. Because if we got a chance to see the Alabama version of Tua Tagovailoa, we get to save every draft pick we got and money. Because here's what y'all got to understand. We're screwed now anyway, because even if Tua shows the improvement, now you got to take all your assets and put them on the O-line. And then you got to hope that financially you'll be able to retain guys like Ogba, Gesicki, and a whole bunch of guys that's going to be up for new contracts in the next couple of years. What I was talking to somebody about the other day, they don't think it's a big issue, but I do. When you have this amount of first and second round picks, you're living in heaven right now. But as soon as all these guys' days start to come where their contracts are up, see, y'all sitting here worrying about us giving Jerome Baker money. Wait till the third year come of when we had the 3 first-round picks, Tua, Austin Jackson, and Noah, and the 2 second rounders we got, and then the very next year you had the same situation. Wait till every year we be like, man, all of them do money. Oh, the next group, all of them do money. And let us keep on developing undrafted players, and they on these 1-year deals, and all of a sudden they come out and they prove it. Was on a 1-year, $1 million deal, and you were undrafted. Now you balling out for us, and now we got to pay you too big money because you was only on a 1-year deal. It's going to catch up with us. This is why you can have all the draft picks you want, but at some point, you gotta figure out how to pay them all. But to add insult to injury, it's a gift and a curse. The gift is we may not have to pay them all. The curse is the reason why we may not have to pay them all because you got to pick wrong potentially. Noah Igbenogany, fully healthy, and you scratched him from Sunday game and still took a roster spot. A healthy scratch? Man, I was talking to EM and basically I couldn't fathom what the healthy scratch meant. Like, why would they? And EM just said it plain and simple. And I said, I know that's what it is, but gosh, it hurts to actually hear it and say it. A healthy scratch means you basically looking that bad that we don't even want to dress you. A healthy scratch, no Igbenogany, means we don't even want to dress you. Even though, but you're getting guaranteed money. You were a first round pick. We got you on the roster. Technically we have to almost. We can't have a guy sitting on the practice squad making your kind of money, but you don't even dress him. Austin Jackson struggling. Hopefully he get out of this rut because might be another one that, oh my gosh. Somebody said this today and my feelings got hurt. I'm about to tell y'all what they said and my feelings got hurt. Real talk, real talk. I've been bragging for the last 2-3 years, however long it's been. I've been bragging my butt off. Yeah, Laramie Tunsil deal. Look at all the riches we got. Somebody wrote in the post today, man, did the Texans actually win the trade? Well, I almost lost my head because it was actually something that you could think about. It's a legitimate argument now. Did the Texans win the trade? if they end up winning the trade, it will go down as one of the most embarrassing moments in NFL history. I mean, people ain't gonna notice it or care really. But for us, ladies and gentlemen, who really pay attention to this team, think about what we got for Laramie Tunsil. I want y'all to think about that. Do y'all remember what we got for Laramie Tunsil? Let me pull it up. We're gonna pull it up and we're gonna fill in the holes. We're gonna pull it up, then we're gonna fill in the holes of who took those spots. Miami accepts the deal, and we gave them a 4th-round pick and a 6th-round pick to Houston with Tunsil and Steels for a 2020 first-round pick. Do y'all remember what number that was, that 2020 first-round pick? I don't remember. Do y'all remember what number that was? Because it wasn't the Tua pick, because that was our pick. Do y'all remember if it was Austin Jackson or no? 2020 first-round pick, Austin Jackson. 2021 first-round pick and a 2nd-round pick. Second. It was 26th. Noah. And we traded out of it and got it. Noah. We gave away Laramie Tunsil, a 4th-round pick and a 6th-round pick for Noah, Waddle, because technically we traded out a Waddle spot. And moved back up. But in essence, it ended up being Waddle. Noah, Waddle, and Javon Holland. Laramie Tunsil, just think about this. If Laramie Tunsil was on this team right now and the Houston Texans called and said, you give us Laramie Tunsil, we'll give you Waddle, Noah, and Javon Holland, would you make the trade? Would you make the trade? I'm just curious. I don't know. We also got a 2022 and a 2023 first. That was from taking some of those picks and flipping them. It's the same picks in essence. Because we flipped the Waddle one. So we got Waddle and we got one more coming because we flipped it. So a 2022 pick, next year's first rounder, it's not even ours. It's coming from, I think, San Francisco. That's the additional pick. Whoever we get in 2022 with that first pick, wherever San Francisco lands, that's going to be our pick. And then we got 2 first rounders after that. We ain't got 2 first rounders next year. We got 2 first rounders the year after. Our regular one and another one. So next year's 2012 pick is also going to be another one. So right now, this is what we got for Laramie Tunsil. We got Waddle, Javon Holland, Noah Igbenogany, and a first-round pick next year. And San Francisco look like they're going to win some games this year, ladies and gentlemen. Whole bunch of guys we don't know how they're going to do because they're young, but at the same token, Noah right now is making that tough. I know he's young, y'all. He's one of the youngest players. But gosh, man. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But none of it's helping Tua, is it? Somebody said Tua was the Texan pick. Was it? Was Tua the Texans pick? I don't think so. I think that was Miami's pick. Remember, we had the better pick than the Texans. The Texans actually won games that year. That was our pick. We were the 5th overall pick. Remember, we had Ryan Fitzpatrick, our quarterback, and Josh Rosen was here, and we won like 5 games or something. We were the number 5 pick. Houston was the 16th pick, I believe. They went 4-12 last year. So the 3rd pick from this year that we had was the Texans pick, but we flipped it. We went up to 12 and went back down to 6 and got Waddle and picked up another 1st and another 2nd for the future. I think that's how I remember it, and I'm pretty confident in that. I'm pretty confident in that. I know I'm right on that. I believe that's exactly how it went down. So we still got to let it play out, but right now the value not adding up. Just saying, it's not. Waddle and Holland, they can have great careers and make it add up, but we're not on that side right now. Because let me tell you something, Waddle ain't going to eat unless we open this thing up anyway. If we ain't got multiple guys stretching the defense with safety help, Waddle not going to eat as much underneath. Y'all do understand when these guys catch the ball, like I remember hearing, I think it was Bill Parcells, maybe it wasn't. He said, every offensive play you run is designed to score. Every offensive play you run is supposed to be designed to score. And I just feel like every offensive play that we run is designed to try to get the 1st down. Ball Game said it the other day that his son looked at him and said, Dad, why does teams just be going up and down the field deep and this and that? And the Dolphins are just so all day. And that's what we've been doing for a long time. How is it that some of these teams have offenses that just whoo, 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 like all day, big plays left and right, just all day. Like they every out of 3 downs, at least 1 out of every 3 downs, they looking for a big shot. 1 out of every 3 downs. Yes. What are you still doing up? Did mommy have you up right now?
Yes.
Mommy told you to sit up for a little bit?
Yes.
But she didn't start your hair.
Yes.
Mommy gonna do your hair?
Yeah.
It's getting late though. I think mommy is on the phone with her daddy and you probably time to go to bed, okay?
No.
Yes.
It's not bedtime yet.
It's not bedtime. It's 11:50. You're supposed to be to bed 3 hours ago, 4 hours ago.
No.
Why not?
I want to be in a bedtime.
You want to watch TV?
Yes.
But that's why we stopped you from watching TV, because you were watching more than an hour and a half a day, and that's not good.
Yes.
No, it's not good, man.
Yes, I can.
Because if you watch a lot of TV, then you're begging for it like you are now.
Yes, I can.
It's time to go to bed. Okay?
Okay.
All right?
All right.
I love you.
Too.
Give me a hug. Mm. Mm.
Bye, Daddy.
Bye-bye. Night-night. I'll come check on you in a little, okay? Thank you. Glory Lord. Bro, it's almost Friday. Chill, TD. What are you talking about? Camden looked taller than Tua. Y'all better stop that mess, man. Y'all are crazy. Y'all be going in, man. Listen, man. I'm just saying, y'all, I'm not going to keep y'all much longer, man. We can go over some of the film study throughout the week from the game, because you're going to see more of the same. Jacoby Brissett did the same thing. He was missing a lot of his reads and X, Y, and Z. And the O-line actually did get worse and worse as the game went on as well. So we'll watch some of it at another time. But I will say this, playing the quarterback position is hard. You don't expect the guy to be perfect. You don't expect Tua to get everything because it is hard. And I do think we need to cut him some slack in that regards. But I am telling his biggest fans and those who don't trust him, whatever side you're on in this, I am telling you now, the Miami Dolphins do not look like they have interest in developing him because they're giving him the same crap over and over again. This does not look like an organization that's challenging their quarterback to be better. It doesn't. And the real question ain't whether or not that's right or wrong, because I think we all might end up agreeing on that. The real question is why? Because if you're not really caring or investing the O-line pieces that you need, and you really don't care because you straight up ignored it last offseason, if you really feel that way, then you need to go ahead and make whatever move you're trying to make. Stop playing around and go ahead and let that man have a chance of having success in the NFL wherever he goes. But if this isn't the case, then shame on our organization because they ain't challenging this man or helping him. They are not putting him in a situation, in my opinion, that I see where they're challenging him to be better. Throwing the ins and out routes and slants all day and bubble screens. And occasional seams by the tight end. Occasional. Which that's what they call opening it up. And all y'all who's saying, well, TD, maybe it's just Tua, he can't play the position at this level. If that's true, I'm not saying it is, but if it is, then they already know he ain't the future. So what are you waiting on? I hated to hear from Colin Cowherd today, but it did anger me, but I can't argue it. If Tua ain't the guy, which that may not be the case, but it's still not adding up why they doing what they doing. But if he ain't the guy, Arizona Cardinals had a Josh Rosen for 1 year and say, hey, I messed up. Let me go get this right, and got Kyler Murray. If they felt that way about Tua, then they screwed up. If they felt that way, feel that way. Because y'all do realize, I want y'all to think about who all was available for the Miami Dolphins. Herbert. Mac Jones. Hell. A lot of guys were actually available. Ain't no quarterback class next year that's worth it. So if Tua is their guy, they sure ain't doing a good job showing that in their offseason moves in the draft or free agency. Because if he's your guy, you would have protected him. You would have used serious capital. Not one player did we use serious capital on. No money in free agency when Thuney was right there. And no top draft pick when you had the number 3 overall, the number 5 overall. Even this year, if you wanted to go at 18 or wherever Jalen Phillips went, you had the capital. Didn't even sniff it. Didn't even sniff it. So they're not, their actions aren't saying that they're actually trying to build a line for Tua. Their actions is saying, we trying to take them future draft picks and a few players like Christian Wilkins and maybe one more big time guy. And we waiting on Deshaun Watson's situation to clear up, and we trading for him. And let's see how he do behind this line. And all y'all who saying he would be the same, now that's where y'all wrong. I'm just saying. That's where you're definitely wrong. Kyler Murray over there running for his life. But you know what? He making it happen in the process. There are some guys that can do that. Y'all don't see Lamar Jackson be running for his life too, but he can do it. That's kind of what it seems like they're doing. Why? Because if they weren't, then why haven't they made any serious investment for a rookie quarterback last year or this year for a rookie/sophomore quarterback? No serious investments. I still can't find a single person to answer that question for me. Why haven't the Miami Dolphins made one serious investment? I ain't talking about a late second rounder or a third rounder. A serious investment, first round pick or free agent, spend some of that money. Why haven't they? And I haven't found a single soul to answer that question for me yet. Knowing that everybody else you drafted was a luxury. You are already fine at the positions. When you got Will Fuller, that's all you needed at the wide receiver core, especially since you brought Grant and Albert Wilson back and kept them. Didn't trade him, who we all thought would be the two, if anybody was traded, would get traded. Didn't trade him. Get Jalen Phillips, but you got Ogba, Van Ginkel, and the rest of them boys who you just gave them money, by the way. Luxury pick. Could have got an actual pick that you needed. O-line. With great players still on the board who look good for their team right now. I think the roundtable's on Match That Works channel this week. So if anybody got that answer, please go to Instagram, add me, send it to me in a direct message. The reason why they didn't invest in the O-line. No. I'm only talking to the people who feel like the Miami Dolphins are still all in on Tua. Really? Those who feel that the Miami Dolphins are all in on Tua, I want to know your answer if you don't want to put it live right now, because nobody's been able to answer this for me. Tell me why they haven't spent one single serious asset on him in 2 years to protect him. Not one. No free agent money and no first rounders outside of Austin Jackson, and he actually looking like one of the worst guys. I really want to know that answer, y'all, because I think that question right there points you to the future of Tua Tagovailoa in Miami. They're making a statement with their decisions. They're making a statement. I'm not saying that he's one thing or another. The Miami Dolphins are making a statement that they cannot hide from. And you know what's even more embarrassing about it? They kept coming out with all these Watson rumors and everybody asking Chris Greer and Brian Flores, and they couldn't even hold it together. They sat up there and played the PC game, and everybody and their mama knew it the entire time. I'm only focused on those that are on my roster. It's an easy thing to say, man, we ain't focused on no Deshaun Watson. Tua our quarterback, and that's who we rolling with. We got faith in him, and we look forward to getting it done with Tua. Like, say it with your chest. And never could. They want to break it up. Well, we believe in Tua. You know, he does a lot well. You know, he's our starting quarterback. And y'all know what I mean when I say endorsement. They say all the right things, but y'all know what a real endorsement is. Y'all know what a real endorsement is. They'll say it with their chest. They will say it with their chest. I bet you had a press conference with the Chargers right now, and they, how comfortable do you feel about Herbert? Do you think Watson would be an option? They look you in your face and say, no, Herbert is our future. Point blank, period. We have no interest in Deshaun Watson. Do you know how many times the Miami Dolphins could have shut everything up? We have no interest in Deshaun Watson. They could have shut everything up by saying that one time in the last 8 months. 7 months. Just once. We have no interest in Deshaun Watson. But what did you get instead? Well, I only want to discuss, players that are currently on the roster. Any, speculations or non-speculations about who we would get or who we wouldn't get. We try to keep all that type of stuff in-house. Every conversation we've had with the player, or not have with the player, we'll keep that personal. Ain't nobody fooled. And I'm telling y'all now, all y'all who support Tua, you should be mad. The reason you should be mad, you should be calling for them to hurry up and let that man go start his career where he could actually start developing. Not being a placeholder, if that's how you really feel. Because if I am going to sit here and I'm going to stick up for Tua, what I see happening right now, if they're really in on that Deshaun Watson situation, you know what sucks about it? They're setting him up to be Josh Rosen. You know why? Some of y'all with your little smart mouths want to say, yeah, good. I hope they do send him somewhere else to trade him. You don't hope they do that. You know why? Because they making him look bad on his way out. And that's where the unfairness comes. When they making you look bad on your way out the door. If your O-line suck, why you putting them through this level of punishment? Not only punishment, now you got another injury on your resume. What you think everybody else think about that in the league that would possibly want them? A narrative is already starting to build even if somebody wanted to trade for him. The value's lowering. Not only is it lowering, they're saying, we might need to get another quarterback besides him anyway because we may not be able to rely on him to stay healthy. All he's doing in Miami right now, and all of this is speculation, if they already know what they about to do, all he's doing in Miami right now is lowering his value, and it's so unfair. Now, that's unfair. If you already know, communicate that, and hell, let Jacoby Brissett play and let that kid go start his career somewhere and have a fair shot with a team that really need a quarterback. Just like us, but I'm just saying, if that ain't your plan anymore, pull the trigger. Pull the trigger. All you're doing is lessening the man value. Letting blitzes come in, you exposing them, showing that, well, he ain't the strongest at reading protections and all. No, that ain't cool. Now that I don't like. I understand it's a business, but at the same token, if you already know, at least be fair to him. Be fair to him. T. Rich said TD has fell into the deep end. All right, man. You just be the first one over here if the season ends and they move on. You be the first one over here. Because I ain't going to tell you I told you so. I'm gonna make sure you're on the screen. I'm gonna look you in your face and say, what reason did you think otherwise? You got a young quarterback who they've given zero real assets to put protection around him. Not a single high-profile free agent. Not the very next year where the O-line was an issue, you didn't go in the draft and get a high draft pick to protect him. Like you ain't spending no money to protect your asset. That's what Herbert had the worst O-line in the NFL last year, and we weren't far behind. His O-line was ranked 32nd, and we were ranked 28th. And they went and got 3 offensive linemen for him. What did we do? They went in free agency, got some good boys, and went in the draft, they got some good ones. What did we do? Not a single one. Matt Skura, Mance, Greg Little. And you went luxury picks instead. And you say, I'm going out to the deep end, the evidence is right in your face. The evidence is right in your face. They spent no real capital to protect him. See, T. Rich said that's an indictment, Greer, not Tua. I'm not talking about Tua right now. I'm actually talking about them, T. Rich. See, this is what I'm talking about. I could be talking about them, and y'all come over here and you just come in the stream. Well, it ain't Tua fault. You're already defensive. I'm not talking about Tua. I'm talking about them. They didn't do a single thing. And the only justification that tells me why they did it is because they might feel that they're not protecting him anyway because they have other plans. That's a theory. Don't mean I'm right. Even though y'all will ignore that I just said out of my own mouth, that's a theory. It doesn't mean I'm right. But come on, what other answers could we have? What other answers can we have? What other answers? I'm telling y'all, they had already made a decision, and it didn't work out. It slapped them in the face with some allegations that came across. It slapped them in the face. Now they scratching their head. It did not go to plan. It did not go according to plan for them. It did not go to plan. I'm telling you, that's exactly what happened. Does anybody still doubt that they were going after Watson? You know what? That's a funny one. Let me ask y'all in the comment section, especially those who love Tua. Do you doubt that the Miami Dolphins were attempting to get Deshaun Watson? Yes or no in the comment section? Yes, they were. No, they weren't. I just want to see if some of y'all truly feel like they were never pursuing him this offseason before all the stuff dropped. Yeah, T. Rich, you the only one I ain't want to hear from. So all y'all saying no, they weren't pursuing them? Hey, everybody's saying no. Let me make sure I got this right. No, for they were not pursuing him. Yes, for they were pursuing him. Put it in the comment section right now, because maybe I asked that question backwards. Put your yeses and nos in the comment section. Yes, they were pursuing him. No, they weren't pursuing him. Yes, they were. They still are. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Not yet. Could be Wilson. Yes, they wanted Deshaun this offseason, built for Deshaun, not Tua. Yes, yes. And that's the only point that I'm making. They built this team for a guy like Deshaun. Because if they were building it for Tua, they would have gotten him an O-line. If they were building it for Tua, they would have gotten him an O-line. And you know the sad part about it is, I think he knows. Let me tell y'all something. I think he knows. I think he knows that they were trying to pursue Deshaun Watson. You know how I think he knows? I think they told him. Yeah. I think they told him. That's how Flores and Greer actually operates. You remember the Tunsil deal? Hey, Tunsil, we want to talk to you. They brought him in the office. Before they could say a word to him, they didn't even trade him. They were going to see what he had to say because they were still considering keeping him. And he was the first one that looked at them and said, I'd trade me for that. And they went ahead and did it. And I'll never forget when Flores said, I sat down and had lunch with Tua and all of that type of stuff. All that stuff was coming out. They are the type of organization that will call to an office and say, listen, we are making an attempt to go after Deshaun Watson. It's not an indictment of you. Right now, we're looking for you to keep your head focused and continue to get better. It's just the business part of it. As we believe that you will be great, that part of development will take time. We have to make this decision now because we feel like we have a team that can do something now. And it may happen, it may not, but we just need you to be ready. I know you're going to hear a lot and you're probably already hearing a lot, but I just want to make sure we're the first to let you know this is our intentions right now. And it may never happen, and we need you to be prepared to play football if it doesn't. And we need you to be our quarterback and our guy if it doesn't. I'm telling you, that's how they operate. That's how they operate. If they were going to trade for Deshaun Watson, I bet you Tua already knows. I bet you he already knows that. Bet you he already know that. If they were. So all y'all who don't believe they were, maybe you're right. I know one thing, my source, and I don't like to say my source, it is a 1,000% absolute. I put the house on it. It was already done. And sure enough, that nuclear bomb dropped. The nuclear bomb dropped. You're right, TD. This team was built for Watson. This is, unless it is chance, he might get off, or at least light. NFL has some good investigators. Yeah, I mean, it just matter what happens outside. Nobody who would trade for Deshaun Watson cares about what the NFL will do to him. Everybody already speculating 4 games, 6 games, 8 games. Anybody trading for him does not care about how many games, as long as this is not more than a season. Because his talent, they are willing to be trashed for a whole season just to have him back after that whole season if they had to. That's just the truth. Teams will go without him for a whole season, trade for him and risk. Well, the league suspended you for 17 games. All right, we'll see you next year. We got our guy for at least 10 years now. That's how these teams are going to look at it. As long as he ain't getting in no additional trouble, as far as the police saying you're going to face this amount of time and this gets settled civilly, any team that want him, they do not care about him getting suspended for a season. They don't. But the Deshaun Watson move is a long game move. It's a long game move. Don't care about, they suspended him for a season. We'll see him next year. We got him, though. That's how these teams think. All these people thinking, what team would actually deal with that? Who would want to bring a guy that is alleged of what he did in? You really think them teams care about that? Y'all amaze me. I got to be honest with y'all. Some of y'all amaze me if you really think any one of these organizations cares anything about what he's alleged of. I promise y'all. If you really think they care, and you better not say these owners care, because if these owners cared, they would have voted to have Robert Kraft sell the team after his little thing. His was actually, he was involved with the whole parlor that was doing trafficking. They were trafficking, human trafficking. If they truly cared, the owners would have voted for him to sell the team. Think they care? Talk about they care. They care about how it's going to look and how can they spin the PR game to not take the worst PR hit. Y'all, I can't believe some of y'all are this naive to really think they care. You're talking about billionaires. These people don't have the feelings you think they have. That's why they have the money they have. To acquire that type of wealth and maintain it and grow it, you can't have feelings. You gotta look at things business first. People don't care, man. Y'all, don't get me wrong. We all would like for them to care, right? It's the only humane thing to do. You think they look at us the same? These people don't look at us the same. Anybody who works for their money, they look at it like, they have a whole different thought process. Anybody who works for their money, they have a whole different thought process. Whole different thought process. See, the way they think is like this. This is how business people think. Why would you pay $2,000 a month to rent an apartment? Instead, go get a $400,000 loan and buy a duplex and you live in one and let your neighbor pay $2,000 a month, which is going to be the mortgage for the whole thing. That's how they think. They don't work to make money. They let their money make money. And those who work to make money, they look at them totally different. Totally different. Totally different, man. That's why when your president, when the last president was on the stage and they said, you don't pay taxes. He looked you dead in the camera and said, that makes me smart. Because a lot of times they say anybody can be doing exactly what we're doing. They just need to know that it exists. So everybody who got that $1, $2, $3, $4, $5, $6, $700 coming out of your check, there are a lot of people out here make the same exact amount of money as you, got $0 coming out of their check and don't owe nothing at the end of the year because they just took a little time to educate themselves on tax code. People look at other people different because of their thought process. So they don't think like most people. A scandal? How much money would he bring this organization a year? 100 million? The one player, a quarterback? Jersey sales, ticket sales, hype, and all of that, and winning a Super Bowl, he gonna bring me about 100 million in revenue a year. And we got 22 scandals. And he can pretty much settle that for about a few million. Can I pay the few million for him? Deep down inside, if the NFL would let owners pay his troubles away, and it was open and it was a normal thing, man, that man would have already been on the field right now. If the NFL wanted to be cocky, I'm gonna even go a step further. If the NFL wanted to be cocky, let me tell y'all something that's real talk. If the NFL wanted to be cocky, they could do whatever they want and face no repercussions. Because I want to ask all y'all a hard question. And you can sit here, big boy, and be all bad and bold all you want and give me your answer, which probably 90% of them will be a lie. If they did something you morally didn't agree with, are you going to stop watching football? Oh, yeah, that's a tough question, ain't it? That's a tough question, ain't it? Because the NFL, I have learned over the last 3 years, can do whatever they want and they will not face any repercussions. Because some of the most craziest things that they've not allowed or allowed, that was just like, dang, you don't care. Maybe you don't care about certain people's this and that. In the last few years, increase their ratings. Increase their ratings. Increase their ratings. Ooh, the NFL gonna take a hit from this. Increase their ratings. But they try to play the line and be like, we're gonna be humble about it. We're gonna be humble about it. They're gonna be humble about it. You remember the collective bargaining agreement? Players said, we don't want 17 games. In the NFL, like, we're going to be humble about it. Let's have negotiations. And when negotiations wasn't going right, all it took was for two owners to come out and be like, I don't know what we tripping about anyway. They don't have a right. We do what we want. I can make 17 games tomorrow if I want. Players. I make sense. Two owners came out, and y'all probably didn't even know this. Two owners came out and said, y'all act like y'all got to say. We can go 17 games tomorrow if we want. You don't like it, leave the NFL. Otherwise, you get your check and be quiet. And they had to clean it up and was like, well, we want to have conversation and mediation about it. Roger Goodell cleaned that thing up quick. No, well, we don't want to be cocky about it. You know, technically, legally, we can do whatever we want to have as many games as we want. But we want to, you know, be fair and show that we're in this with the players. We're in this with the players. So you don't want 17 games. What can we do to give you 17 games? We don't mind increasing the salary cap so y'all can get more money. We don't mind, you know, going ahead and reducing the amount of physical practices you have. We'll take away a preseason game that we don't make barely any money anyway from, the fourth one. We don't make no money anyway from it. We can reason with each other. When all along, deep down, them owners was talking trash. Them owners was talking that talk. We do what we want. They don't have no say on 17 games. And Roger Goodell out there up front cleaning it up. That's when I was studying the collective bargaining agreement. The players want a 52% and give us 48. That's not going to happen. We're 51-49. That's the best we can do. Y'all don't understand. These men, they on a whole different thought process. Think they care something about allegations? Think they care something about it, especially if most of them probably participate themselves in that type of behavior. Y'all better get out that bubble. It's a whole world out here. Some of the same things that shock y'all. Oh my gosh, they did what? Is going on every day, all day out here in these streets. And I get it. Some of y'all have lived in a bubble your whole life. Some of y'all have lived in a bubble your whole life. But it's real out here in this world. Some of this stuff is happening every day, all day. You think they care something about a young kid who loves doing a certain thing? All they care about is, did he put his hands or forcefully hurt somebody into doing something like that? If we know that, then we got to protect the shield and make sure that we do something about it. But truth be told, I am telling y'all, you don't have to believe me. When they have heard all the allegations and stuff like that, in their mind, a young kid just trying to party it out and just see it. You have fun with everything he can have fun with. That's how they truly see it in their mind. I promise you that. I promise you that. They do not see it as as big of a deal as they gonna make it seem like they see it. And that's just the truth. You ain't got to believe me. You don't have to believe me. Don't have to believe. Well, and then people have the nerve to tell me, well, they're gonna lose all the support from the women if they don't do anything about it. 97% of viewers that watch football are men. You think they care? 97% male dominated. You think they truly care? Now, of course, it's their job to show that they do care, but they go into the numbers. And then on top of it, believe it or not, a lot of the women are like, and they gonna still watch anyway. Because that's the world we also live in, where it didn't happen to me. So, you know, that's their business. You know, they waited so long, all that stuff. Yeah, that's that harsh truth. But people want to live in this fantasy world like this stuff ain't real out here. This is what's happening. Y'all think somebody got a perception. No, they got $1 billion corporation where they got to play the PC game. But the NFL has gotten so large and powerful, bro, they exempt. They exempt. I'm telling y'all, they exempt. They exempt from any scrutiny. You can scrutinize them all they want. They ain't losing money. Only thing they lose money from is COVID because they take it, trying to take the games away, and they found a way to push through that too. They fight it. They find a way to push through the season on that too. Find a way to push through that. Let me see something. They find a way, man. See? Watch it. Let me see this real quick. See, this is what I'm talking about right here, y'all. This is what I'm talking about. People always try to find a way to just try to make me wrong. Go to Valor. You got to stop this, man. You stick around all the time, and then you just always saying stuff that just ain't true. He said women now make up 47% of all NFL fans. 47% of NFL fans. So when I gave y'all 97%, I was wrong. I was telling y'all about the viewers on my channel because 97% of the viewers on this channel are males. Okay. But in the United States of America, okay, we're talking about avid fans. We're not talking about casual fans. We're not talking about casual fans. Everybody a casual fan. My father-in-law don't watch football. Who's your team? Well, I root for the Cowboys. Ain't seen a game in 6 years. We ain't talking about casual fans. We're talking about avid fans. 44% of all citizens in the United States are fans of the of the NFL, and they're male. 16% of the fans, of the population in the US are female. Almost 3 times, bro. 16% of the population are female fans. You see the big difference there? 350 million people. 44%. 44%. Almost 130 million people. But for females, about 45 million, roughly. You see the difference there? Almost 130 million versus 45 million. And most of them don't care themselves, to be honest with you. Most of them don't care about all the little scandals themselves. They don't care that you let Deshaun Watson go play for Miami. I'm a Buffalo Bills fan. Who cares? I'm a Denver Broncos fan. I don't care. Let's go Denver. They don't care. You're not going to alienate nobody. This league, the growth is still growing and growing every year, regardless of situations, scandals, whatever happens. No matter what happens. That's a blah, blah, lie. It's way less than 40%. What are you talking about? Fans? I'm sitting here right here reading United States as of June 2021 by gender. And this is from www.statistics.com, NFL interest in the U.S. 2021 by gender. Go show me some other stats. Certified published article. If you're talking to me. Avid fans, 44% male. 44% male. 16% female. Oh, somebody actually had a good point, and I'm not going to talk about it long. Some of the percent of females they talking about were once males. Hey, we have freedoms in this country now, so some of them could have, now they're females. They could have been born a male, but now they're female. That's possible. I'm not saying that lightly. I'm honestly saying that to recognize that that is a thing. Not sure. I would have to look at the statistics on that, but that is a legitimate thing. That is a legitimate thing. Something that you got to consider in today's world. So, but again, like I said, if the NFL allowed Deshaun Watson to play, which they're not going to be able to hold him down forever, if it ain't your team, all of these women are still going to be fans. It's going to be 0.5% of people who might have females from their organization mad. 0.5% of those 16. Yeah, 32 teams. And if it's 16% of women, that's about 0.5% per team. 0.5% per team. So if you go up to the Dolphins, 0.5% of all women, probably. Because the other teams, females ain't going to care. My team didn't do that crazy mess. That's what they'll say, even if they're against it. They still going to support their team. The Live Saint said, damn, this dude's still alive. Yeah, man, I enjoy myself, man. Kicking back, relaxing, talking to everybody. Over 300 people still with me, you know. We just be kicking it, having fun, just talking about this, talking about that, talking about our team, talking about X, Y, and Z. Yeah, man. Why people be shocked that I be still alive? Why do people they be like, man, this guy's still alive? Why are they so shocked? Is it an issue that I'm live as long as I be live? Oh man. Rent is coming next week. I feel you, TD. Is it? For most people that pay rent, yes, it's coming in about 9 days. It's coming in 9 days. Oh, are you insinuating that's why I'm still alive? Oh no, you know, all my bills paid, sir. Now the kids, on the other hand, I got 5 babies. I got to keep making money to make sure that they're good, but the bills paid. The bills are taken care of. Because I learned from them wealthy billionaires. I actually listen to them. I don't get mad that they making more money than me. I actually say, what are y'all doing? And I see what they doing, and I start doing what they doing on a smaller scale. But you know what? It got my bills paid up every year, up front. Ain't close to their level. But you know what? The things they do, okay. If I can only do it on this small scale. One thing I had to learn. If you can make money without having to work for it, that's the ultimate freedom. And we all can learn it. And while you're learning it, you still may be at your job, busting your behind, working hard. But while you're at your job, busting your behind, working hard, try to figure out a way to make money that you don't have to work for. That if you don't work a week, it's still coming in. Figure out a way to do that. And I'm telling you, make your life a whole lot better. Make your life a whole lot better. I wake up at 6 something in the morning so I can do TD in the morning because I want to. And I'm not saying that to be cocky, because when I graduated college, I did a 10-year stint in corporate America, got tired of it, decided maybe I want to be a teacher. I did that for 1.5 years. And then I just said, you know what? And during all that time, I was doing small little things to make sure that I didn't have to work for money anymore. That I could provide a service or a product that other people can pay my bills while I'm not doing nothing. And then I can enjoy myself and do what I truly love, which is talking about my team. Talking about the Miami Dolphins. And can do it when I want to, how I want to, why I want to. If I can stop going live for a whole week and come back whenever I want to if I need to. Somebody said real hustler, TD. Okay, TD. It's not hustling though, bro. I know what you mean though by real hustler, but it's not hustling. It's literally the same people that people frown upon and be like, oh, how can they get this and that? Start paying attention to them. What are they doing? Watch the little videos. Watch the little articles. Say, how are you making money without working? I gave y'all a prime example 30 minutes ago. Instead of paying $2,000 in rent, there are people in this world that will go ahead and go to the bank and get that $400,000 loan, go buy a duplex, live in one of them, rent the other one out for $2,000, and let that $2,000 they renting out go to the mortgage company, and now you living free. That ain't even the example that I'm doing. I'm not even doing that, but I know how to make money in all kind of different ways. And now you're still working a job, busting your behind, but you ain't doing it for rent anymore. While you living in your little side of the apartment, little complex, little thing, and you busting your behind, now your check's coming in without having to go out, and you stacking up that money waiting to get your second one. You stacking up that cash to go get your second unit, your second duplex. And when you get that second duplex, now you got one person paying for the whole duplex, and now you got the other person in there actually paying you $2,000 a month in your pocket. And now you move out of the one you in and you getting $4,000 a month in your pocket. Now you can just go to the bank and say, I got passive income money. I don't have to work for a bank. I make $4,000 a month that I don't have to work for. And they'll give you whatever loan you want. See, you got passive income is 10 times better than credit. Because if you lose your job with credit, they could still lose their money. You lose your job with passive income, they know you still going to be able to pay. They give you whatever money you want. Yeah, I want this $1 million house. You got $4,000 a month coming in. $1 million house, I need you to have $8,000 a month coming in. All right, well, give me another business loan. You see my credit. I got $4,000 coming in with nothing. All right, I'll give you an $800,000 business loan. And now you go get you an eightplex. Half the people in there paying for it, the other half giving you money. Somebody just said, just pay your taxes, everyone. Learn the tax laws. Every bit of profit you make, put it back in the business and grow it. Then you have no tax liability because you have no profit. Only profits are taxed. No. Go ask mommy, because you should be asleep. Only profits are taxed, ladies and gentlemen. Why you think these companies, these billion-dollar companies, are actually not paying any taxes, and they're complaining about it on TV with political ads? This company didn't pay any taxes because they take all their profits and they grow the company. They grow the company. You can only be taxed off of profit. So you made $40,000 profit this year. Oh, it looked like you need to go buy you a brand new Chevy Traverse for the business. Now you're paying no taxes. You got a Chevy Traverse in your business name that you use every day because you are the business. So learn the tax laws, man. People out here ain't paying no taxes. I'm telling y'all. People out here, I'm telling y'all, man. You know the laws, you know how to defer it. And then there's going to be years that you lose money. You can write your losses off. I mean, it's so many different things. So many different things, man. All you got to do is take your time before you go to bed every night. Say, I'm going to devote 15 minutes of time to watch this video on this or that or that or this. Do something educational every day. 15 minutes of your time. You own TDPHINSTALK for 3 hours. You mean to tell me you can't pull your phone up while you laying in bed and watch something that's financially going to educate you for 15 minutes? You got your priorities straight. You need to unsubscribe from this channel right now. That's if you're complaining about where you are in life. If you're happy where you're at in life, hey, let's enjoy ourselves. I'm just saying this is only for those people who always complaining about where they are in life. Because if you're happy with where you are and you content, I ain't talking to you. It's all good. You doing you. That's what's up. I'm just saying in general, man, because a lot of people, man, man, don't get old and get tired and still be working. I'm telling you, that's what this world is built for, man. That's what this world is built for.
Winners train, losers complain.
That was right on time. This thing got so many different sound bites, and I hit it, and it says, winners train, losers complain. Perfect timing, right? Perfect timing. Perfect timing, man. TD, change your title card. LOL. Someone coming in seeing you talking taxes and not the QB subject. They know this is a channel that I express me in my fullest form on this channel. I don't change the title because I start talking about life or taxes or this or that and this. That's what you're gonna get on this channel. I'm gonna be me at all times because I do it better than anybody else. Nobody can be me better than me. So it's stuff like that, man. I never shy away from it. People are like, well, can you stick to Dolphin content? Well, this is what I want to talk about right now. So no. Somebody said you've been complaining for 3 hours. You see? Same people that's gonna be complaining about having to wake up in the morning. I've been complaining for 3 hours. Stop, man. Florida has no individual income tax. No, they don't. No, they don't. TD Tax Talk. I'm not talking about taxes. I'm talking about financial freedom. I'm talking about financial freedom. I want to see everybody win. And I want to see people happy. Because I watched my grandfather now, man, grow old and still had to work even though they couldn't afford things. I remember my grandma and them, man, I still remember, man, my grandma, she used to always panic like on the 3rd of the month if her Social Security check didn't come in time. Like say it was a day late. I remember always her calling my dad, be like, what am I gonna do? My check late. And my daddy would always go to the store and buy her groceries and everything. Be like, it's okay, mama. You just let me know if anything happened, if you need anything. I never forget those things, those fears of this is all I have, And then after she paid all her bills with it, she had like $14 left over. Never forget that type of stuff, man. Never forget it. And that stuff is serious, man. And the cost of everything is going up. The cost of everything is going up. It's going to get harder and harder. One person used to be able to go to work in the household and take care of the whole household. Now, in many cases, it requires 2 incomes. It's not easier for us out here today. It's harder. And that's me included. I'm just glad that I made some decisions and I'm continuing to make some. Sad how a lot of these football players make money and still go broke. Financial education, financial literacy. Financial literacy. Half of them, I mean, think about it. Listen, I haven't come into a certain level of wealth yet, but when I do, my lawyer going to have a lawyer. And what I mean by that, I'm going to have a lawyer for my lawyer. Like different stuff, man. The checker checking the checker that got a checker that checked that checker. Man, appreciate you, Dolphin Leroy. But yeah, like I said, man, there's a lot of ways to make some extra money, man. Start a blog. You see, I'm live right now. You can start a blog. Everybody got a passion in life. Everybody got something that they follow real heavy that they like talking about. It could be the Dolphins. It could be any sport. Start a blog and be you and talk you. You might like talking about taxes. Start a blog about taxes. You might like talking about anime. Start a blog. You'd be shocked how many people are just like you in this world. No matter how lame, corny, whatever you think about it, there are a lot of people just like you in this world, but you just don't know about each other. So starting a blog is another good way of making money. I mean, it's a lot, so many different ways. Vending machines is a nice one. You know, that's a real nice one. You just have to have the initial investment and just have good sales skills to have people hey, let me put my machines in your establishment. Easy money right there. There's so many different ways, man. Another one, but you need to educate yourself. Liens, tax liens, and stuff like that. People who couldn't pay their taxes on their house. Man, you got $500,000 houses, and people owe $10,000 in taxes and can't pay it now in their life. And you can go get that house for $10,000. You can hold a lien, and they got they got like 2 years to come up with the money. And if they don't, you cash that lien in for the deed, and that house is yours. Or they can come buy it from you. They can pay you the $10,000, but there's an interest that they have to pay on top of it, guaranteed. So you win-win. All that stuff. Somebody said dealing drugs. Well, everybody got options, but what's the end game? Some people really do feel like that's an option, but what's the end game? Risk or reward? In 2021, there ain't many successful ones, so I don't even think that's even wise for anybody to even consider. Stay about them streets, man. The streets are not forgiving today. The streets are not forgiving. So all y'all kids, I don't care your friends, all them using and selling, stay away from it. It ain't forgiving. The streets are not forgiving anymore. Well, they never have been, but it's on a whole new scale right now. I know you're just joking, but I have to make sure I clarify that joke because we got young people watching this channel. It is not forgiving. Just think, man. Where I was born and raised, and I ain't even from the hood. I ain't from aluminum on the windows. I'm from the neighborhood next door. So I still experienced it, but at the same token, I ain't lived there. Trust me. Where you got 400 seniors in your class and only 70 of them graduate. Just got back from home opener. Florida much more chill than California. Life definitely normal in Florida. Yeah, man. California with all them taxes and all that, it's getting crazy. It's getting crazy. TD just started my channel about a week ago about because of you, and I've been just working on improving it daily. Don't stop, bro. Don't stop, Lurked. Keep the channel going. What is your channel on? Let us know in the comment section right now. What is your channel on? What do you do on your channel? What do you do on your channel, bro? What is so bad about California? State tax? All them states. It ain't many states without state tax. All y'all states that pay state tax, get out. No. For the life of me. And then, have you seen the new tax bill proposal? You wouldn't catch me in a state with state tax. Have you seen the new federal tax proposal? Nope. New state tax. Just think about that. State tax. You make $1,000. Some of these states taking an extra 10. I mean 100. That's a difference in people's lives out here today, man. State tax. Florida, Texas. That's where you'll find me. That's where you'll find me. I just started my channel too. I trade crypto. A lot of people I know somebody else that been hit me up about their channel. They trade crypto. They've been talking about crypto because I'm probably gonna get with them soon and probably do something. So hit me up if you want to do something soon as far as and if you need any advice as far as the channel, let me know as well. I'm an open book on Instagram. Everybody message me. I try to comment back to them. But if it ain't about business, I'm usually short You know, I don't give long responses. If it's about business, I'll talk it all day and night. Um, I'm planning to move to Texas when my kids graduates. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Nobody wants to live in Cali. You don't see the great exodus happening right now? Go check out the population decline that's been happening. It's crazy. Huge population decline, but they all moving to Florida. A lot of people moving to Texas and Florida right now. So they're gonna have to worry about that increase. TD, what happened to your other team channel, Home of the Real Cowboy channel? Well, right now I'm trying to launch it. The problem is when COVID started, me and my wife decided to keep our kids home. Because again, you know, God blessed us with the ability to not have to, you know, go out of the house for income to survive. So we just felt it was irresponsible not to just keep him home and kind of homeschool him. Now my 5-year-old, we decided we're gonna let him go to school because what a lot of people don't realize is a lot of the kids. Let mommy know, okay? Hey, you get what's wrong with him? Why is he out? Oh, all right. um, what a lot of people need to consider is when COVID hit and our kids are at home doing nothing, even though some of us we were trying to educate our kids. Um, we can have a whole generation of children that could be a little bit behind in the future. These are the things nobody's thinking about right now. Think about it was almost 2 years. It was the second half of 1 year. They never even got to finish 1 year. And then it went into the next year and finished that whole year. And now they're starting to go back. So technically almost 2 years have been of education, even though they still pushing everybody up to the next grade. And my kids at a vital point where they were 3 and 4 years old and now 5, we can have a whole generation of children that can be just slightly behind from the educational standpoint, and they're not talking about this. But that's why I think it's important for all of us to make sure that our kids get a little bit extra attention as they start to go back to school right now and really focus on it. Because if you think that they haven't been, that it doesn't have an impact on other things, education might be one of them that nobody's talking about. They just have to study it after the fact. Like 15 years from now, they're gonna be like, what we found in COVID was adolescents or whatever between the ages of this and this had a harder time adapting to this or that or something or that. This is the type of stuff I think about, all that stuff. My brain always moving. This is the type of stuff that nobody thinks about. They were locked in a house like prison almost, you know, scared of everything, mask, you know, everything. And they did that for a year and a half and 2 years. Y'all weren't the only ones doing it. Your kids had to be locked in the house when they used to going and running and playing with kids and all of that. Their chemical balances are different and everything. Y'all don't understand. When these kids go to school and run every day, their body's doing something chemically balancing. And when they were stuck in the house, a lot of that stuff changed, man. And it could have an impact. So I'm just thinking about that to minimize any impact that it may have on my kids. So I want them to get extra attention. So I wanted to make sure they started school. So Carter started school, but I'm not going to let Camden go to a daycare because the first day he went, he was sick. So I'm just waiting it out. He'll be eligible for school in February. So when February comes, I'll have that dedicated time to actually really launch my sports network the way I want to. Because that's my goal, y'all. I want to create a sports network. I want to create a sports network. Had a lot of people laughing, "Oh, you a fraud. You got all these channels that you trying to talk about." But Stephen A can do it. Skip Bayless can do it. Shannon Sharp can do it. All of these guys, is okay for them to do it. Curb Hurd Street. I mean, so many sports analysts that we listen to all day, every day. It's okay for them to do it, but not little TD, right?
Mama doing what?
I'm coming now, okay?
Okay.
You want to close it out with me? Mommy told me why you're not asleep. I'm coming, okay?
Okay.
All right. You don't have to be scared, okay?
Okay.
Your night light ain't on?
Yes.
It is?
Yes.
Okay. Um, say hi to everyone.
Hi.
Say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Say I love you.
That's
You
it.
gotta look at them. Look at them. They remember when you were a little baby. You remember when you were a little baby?
Yes.
No, you don't.
Yes, I can. I'm a baby.
You're a baby?
Yes.
Are you a baby or a kid?
A baby.
You're a baby?
Yes.
You were just yelling at me the other day that you're not a baby.
Oh, a kid?
Hmm?
Oh, I'm not a kid.
I don't know what you're talking about right now. You know what? I'm going to see if you remember this, okay? I'm going to show everybody. You ready? Huh?
Oh,
You remember who this is?
yes.
Who is this? Whoa. I'm a chair done pop.
There's a chip up.
Yeah, the chair pop. Hold on. Y'all look at this, man. TD trying to give us baby fever. That's my wife. She want one more.
A baby.
Huh?
But I'm a baby.
Who is this? Who is this? Who is that? Who is that? Huh? Cammy,
What?
who is that?
The baby.
That's the baby?
Yes.
Isn't that you?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
That's you. Now you're a big boy in your big Dolphins onesie.
Yes.
This your big one now?
Yes.
That's when you were like you were
Kid and baby.
you were
A darling kid.
you were 4 months old right here. 4 months. And now you're about to be 4 years old. 4 years later almost. That was Cammy, the baby. Is that you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now you're such a big boy.
Yeah.
We started the channel together, remember?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
See all that little bitty hair, and now your hair go down the back, your back.
Yes.
Time flies, doesn't it, y'all? Oh man, that's TD before the first iPhone came out. I said that's crazy. Yes, man. Y'all see how big he done got? 4 years old and won't go to bed. It is literally 1 o'clock in the morning, and you're lucky you don't have school. These are bad habits. People thinking we got. You still up, and and mommy don't care, do she? Cam, you tell daddy to let you choose your own team. Hey, let me run my house. Talk about choose your own team. He got his team. Say, let's go Dolphins.
Dolphins.
Dolphins. Dolphins.
Dolphins.
Yeah. Ain't no switching sides over here, man. Tell them we know what team we want. You gonna break my stuff?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
You gotta be nice to me.
Yes.
Give me a big hug. I miss you. I miss you. Give me a hug.
I'm the big cut.
You the big hug?
Yes.
No, you're not.
I'm big cut. I'm big cut. I'm big cut. I'm big cut.
All right. No more hugs. Oh Lord, I got Dan Mitchell playing. I got that bum team playing. Anyway, man, we gotta go, okay? We gotta go to bed, okay? Okay?
Okay.
You ready to go to bed?
Yes.
You want to go to sleep?
Yes.
All right, let's go to sleep.
What?
I'm gonna tell everybody bye.
Bye, Daddy.
All right, I'm coming anyway. All right, y'all. I'm about to get out of here. This TD Fans Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. I'm gonna go get him to sleep. Every time he have a little nightmare, I usually put him to sleep. But since I was live, his mama let him watch a little TV and stay up because it helps us in the morning anyway, because he stays asleep. So we allow his day to start at 9. But he up pretty late, so I need to go. Love y'all, love y'all, love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Thanks for hanging out with me and talking a little bit of other stuff at the end there, other than football. I enjoy just kicking back, having conversation with y'all, man. It's a true treat. It's real fun, man. But fins up. Yeah, love y'all, man. And again, y'all hit me up. IG, Twitter, whatever it is, hit me up. I prefer IG. On Twitter, I just troll the haters on Twitter. I just like today, I put some stuff up on Twitter just to see what the two ears are doing. Boy, they came lurking. They came out the woodworks, man. And I just kept on antagonizing. Boy, they were mad at me. They were like, bro, you better stop. I'm like, man, this is fun, man. This is fun. Boy, they was upset, man. But yeah, but on IG, I take that a lot more serious. I actually go back and forth with a lot of y'all on IG and the messaging. So anyway, man, y'all get y'all some sleep. 15 minutes or something educational. My recommendation, especially financial literacy or freedom. Yeah, and if you want some suggestions, just hit me up on IG of certain readings and things that'll help you out as far as those areas. I got some good readings for you. I got some things for you to that you should definitely read. I recommend everybody start with Rich Dad Poor Dad. That's a great read for, and just keep reading it. Read it. An audiobook is better. Just listening to it because he tells a lot of stories, and it, like, at first it don't make sense, and as he's talking, you start to visualize on that. So that's a good one for beginners. Rich Dad Poor Dad, but you got to keep listening so that you can lock in the concepts, because it'll make all the sense in the world when you're done. Rich Dad Poor Dad. That is a good read. Check it out. All right. Anyway, I'm out, y'all. Peace. Fins up. Fins up.